but because of time, I Abapi also immediately without further hesitation, just like as I said, I welcome every one of you. Oh my goodness me. Obonna, you are welcome. Edi Kachoro, you are welcome. Tonex, you are welcome. Peter Janet, you are welcome. Oba Igwebike, you are welcome. Onwar Igwe, you are welcome. Odogu, you are welcome. Please, you all are highly welcome. I will not be able to mention all of you. Chidozie, you are welcome. Jimeto, you are welcome. Kalux, you are welcome. Namdiogo, you are welcome. You all are highly welcome. Please, we have to move immediately without wasting any time because time does not wait for anyone, especially this very evening. Obieze, you are welcome. Eugene Obonnaya, you are welcome. Emmanuel Eto Chukwu, you are welcome. Fidelis, you are welcome. Blessing, you are welcome. Ordinaka, you are welcome. All right, Biko, continue dropping your comment. Once it draws my attention, I will definitely read it publicly. Now, we are going to move immediately without wasting any further time. And of course, I've gotten some messages. Some of you who are concerned, I love you all. I love you all from the depth of my heart. Please, I want everybody to pay attention to this very live presentation this evening. It wasn't really planned that I will come live this evening, but there was something, there's a video that was sent to me. Someone called me this morning. I don't know if that person, if she's listening to this very program. Someone called me this morning from America, although I wasn't really around for the past couple of days. Then someone called me this morning from America, and she told me, she drew my attention of the so-called press, is it what do they call it? They called it briefing. They called it cabinet briefing. Such a rebellious broadcast or gathering of vultures, if left unchecked, some people may think that such rebellious gathering and rebellious activities of some individuals who claim to be Biafra or who portray as Biafra agitators. Some of you may think that such rebellious movement has anything to write home about. So it is very, very imperative that we come this evening to put such narrative to bed and to set the record very, very straight as well. Because on abu okwu asị gba arọ, ọ bụla eziokwu, whether you like it or not. Okwu asị gba arọ, ọ bụla eziokwu. So this evening, I'm going to let you know some of the things that I haven't even told you before. Some of the things that have happened before, but I did not talk about them because the instruction was to pipe low. The instruction was to pipe low, especially before the shambolic verdict against our Prime Minister in Finland. Before that very shambolic verdict against our Prime Minister, there was an information that came from Finland, from Prime Minister himself, which I say from Prime Minister himself, I'm not mincing word to say that. And I will be relaying very, very few number of these information to you this evening because of the criminal activities, that the criminality that played out on what? When was this grievous sabotage took place? It was on the 31st of October 2025. Because of this very grievous sabotage of some individuals, I'm going to be relaying some of this information to you this very evening. So what I want to do is for you to give me your ear. Do not be distracted. Just give me your attention as I relay all these important information to you. I want to ask, how long are we going to continue like this? I hope our Facebook manager has connected our page to this very broadcast. Just give me a minute while I confirm if our Facebook manager has connected our Facebook page to this very broadcast, because I want this very broadcast to be live on Facebook. I want this very broadcast to be live on Facebook, so please, our manager must connect this very broadcast ASAP, especially when this very video that I'm about to play was live on Facebook. So those who watch it from Facebook should be live on Facebook to listen to this very live program. Now, as we wait for our manager to connect this very program to Facebook, we must proceed. Many things have happened. For the past 12 months, this is November now, in few days or weeks' time, our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa-Njoku will make 1 year in the custody of Finland, of Finnish authority in Finland. And for the past 1 year, it has always been from one sabotage to another, with fake informations all over the social media, a lot of splinter groups coming out from what was once a very strong house that we all built with our sweat. We all built while our lives were on the line. We built with our sweat and blood. These very splinter groups who came later on when things look like it has become stable, they came in and they were welcomed into the struggle because the struggle needed finance in order to proceed. These very individuals came into the struggle and we welcomed them with open arms, thinking that they are here for Biafra. And without knowing, n'ife na onwotu ndị Igbo si atụ ya bụ inu, n'ife na-ata nkịta dị ya n'arụ. Ife na-ata nkịta dị ya n'arụ. When these groups left the house that was built together with all our sweat, simply because the man who held the house together was arrested in Finland, put behind bars, and illegally imprisoned using Finnish court. Now, why did I say illegally imprisoned? I said illegally imprisoned because I have never seen in any world where a freedom fighter is imprisoned, especially in the Western world, in Europe. So if such a thing happens, that means because you can take it to the bank. There is no way you can change the narrative. There is no way you can change the reality, the truth. Any judgment against the truth is injustice. Any judgment that goes against the truth is injustice. So take it to the bank. For Finland court to render such verdict against our Prime Minister Simon Joko is injustice, is an injustice against a noble man who is out to defend his own people and restore his dignity and take his freedom to free himself and his people from the oppressive and murderous government of the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom, Nigeria, which America, Donald Trump, at least Finnish authorities should be ashamed right now. Finland should be very, very ashamed for the illegalities that took place in court in Päijät-Häme District Court in Lahti, Finland. The entire Finnish authority, the entire Finland government should be very, very ashamed of themselves, because the people, the government of Nigeria that you sided and collected bribe from in order to silence Simon Ekpa, this same government is now running helter-skelter. They have been put in tight corner. Canada has now designated the Nigerian political, parties, including the ruling party APC, as a terrorist organization. And Donald Trump, the president of America, just yesterday, day before yesterday and yesterday, threatened to invade Nigeria with military might because of the unaliving of the Christians in the country. Because of the Nigerian politicians sponsoring terrorism to terrorize innocent citizens and innocent Christians in the country, and Finland listening to this kind of government to imprison an innocent man is such a shame, such a great shame. I never seen, in fact, I never knew that a country in Europe, in Western world, in this modern world, could take a bribe from an African country just to silence a man, one man. I've never thought such a thing could happen. It's such a big shame. It's a calamity that has befallen Finland as a country. It's a great calamity that has befallen that very country as a country. And I want to use this opportunity, if Finnish people are listening to this very program, including their police, I want to use this opportunity to call all the Finnish citizens to rise up against this injustice, because if you are silent against this injustice, then the calamity which is going to befall your government will circulate all over the citizens of Finland. So the Finnish the citizens must rise up against this very injustice, against this very heinous and atrocious action that took place at Päijät-Häme District Court in Finland to silence an innocent, a freedom fighter, a man who said, I want my people to be free, who never committed a crime in Finland, in the soil, in Finnish soil. How do you come about this verdict? How did you quantify? How I am still trying to, because I'm still sick from what happened in Finnish court. How did you come about this verdict? On what ground? A citizen of Finland who has never committed any crime in Finland was jailed in Finland because of an allegation from another country. without proof. Without proof, such great error shouldn't take place in Finland. So they have every opportunity to amend the irregularity that took place at Paijahamed District Court a couple of weeks or months ago. They have every opportunity to amend it during the appeal trial, which is coming up. They have every opportunity to amend such grievous error that took place at the court. Every opportunity. If they miss that opportunity, they will never escape the wrath, the calamity that will befall that country. The same calamity that is befall. In fact, Britain may be better than Finland. Now, what is happening to UK, England to be precise, may be better than what is going to happen to Finland. In fact, UK is just, their own is just starting. Or maybe their own has not even started. But if Finland failed and missed this opportunity, their own course will be worse than United Kingdom. Now, let me, of course, let me show you people something before we go into the main topic of the day. I'm going to show you a headline, not that I'm going to read in details, but I will show you a headline, briefly emphasize on it, and then we move to the main topic of the day. So, as you all can see on your screen, just in, police declare Omo election wanted only in the zoo. I don't want to play the video because of time. And again, we have our main topic tonight. So therefore, I don't want to, I don't want to digress for too long. The zoo police, I watched the, I have, not that I watched the video, I have the video. The zoo police, the police commissioner of Lagos State has verbally declared Omo election wanted without court orders. What is the crime of Omo election? Omo election organized a protest that took place somewhere in Lagos, where they're called, can I see the name of that place here? There's a place where that very protest took place in Lagos State, and it was organized by Showore. Then the police of the zoo came there, tear gassed them, arrested many of them, about 13 of them based on the number that they accepted. 13 of them were arrested, and they seized their truck, they seized their sound equipment, they took over everything, and took them to the station. Now, the Commissioner of Police in Lagos State has the temerity to make a public utterance declaring Mazi Omo election wanted without court orders, and you say you are operating a democratic rule in Nigeria. Such a shame. You declared a man wanted without court orders. Who gave the police right to declare a man wanted without court orders? In a democratic rule, who does that? Only in the zoo. Such nonsense can only happen in the zoo, because I am very, very certain that in a proper and well-run country, under democracy, it is impossible for police to just come out from nowhere and declare someone wanted without court order. If I'm wrong, please correct me in the comment section. It can only happen in this zoo. In a place where animals are in control, where illegality and lack of respect for to the rule of law are order of the day. This is a kind of place where you see this type of rubbish happening, only in the zoo. Meanwhile, we are going to move now straight into the main topic of the day. Please, if you join this very broadcast, endeavor to like and share because it is very, very important. We have come here this evening to do something very, very, very important. Because I'm not sure. I don't know if people have talked about this because I've not been online for the past 4 to 5 days. I don't know if anyone has talked about this. I'm not sure. So, but whether anybody has talked about it or not, we are going to talk about it this evening and again give you the message of our Prime Minister concerning whatever they are talking about. Direct message. When I say direct, on this one, no be say we hear them for social media. No. Anything I tell you about Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa is not a social media thing. This is one thing that you must all know. Anything I said, anything, anything that you hear from me about Mazi Simon Ekpa and Joko has nothing to do with social media. It is not a social media because I can never pick an information from social media concerning Mazi Simon Ekpa and Joko and begin to spray it. It is not possible. Such can never happen from Biafra Unite platform. Are you paying attention? So, what I'm going to tell you about our Prime Minister has nothing to do with social media. Many of these individuals you see are picking information from us. I will tell you why. I want to repeat, and I will tell you the only person, I will tell you the people who get information direct from Prime Minister. And I will tell you how and when. Forget all the propaganda. If you want to believe, you believe it. If you don't want, you close your ear. I can only take a horse to stream, but I can never force a horse to drink water. Are you paying attention? Forget all these individuals who label themselves one name or the other, riding on a very high horse. These individuals know absolutely nothing about Mazi Simon Ekpa and Joko. And Mazi Simon Ekpa and Joko cut ties with them long ago. They have no information about him. That is the reason why when I was giving you the information about court cases, court dates, and court appearances of our Prime Minister, they were listening and getting the information from me. Now they had a meeting and they asked themselves, how could they called me to them, I'm like a non-state actor to them, non-state actor, just like the way Nigeria government usually call people non-state actors. So to them, I'm like a non-state actor to them because I'm not working with them. So they had a meeting and discussed how could they be taking information from so-called non-state actor. How could Biafran people all over the world getting information from Biafra Unite, who is not in their government? They had a meeting and they agreed together to start bringing fake news to Biafrans, claiming that, oh, Simon Ekpa was in court today. Oh, he won handsomely. Oh, he beat them handsomely. Oh, the court went well. Oh, they were spreading all this nonsense message on the social media. But anytime our PM went to court, I will come out and tell you, before he even go to court, I will tell you the date and time. And once he's in court, I'll be giving you in live update from courtroom there, which they never tried, they never done. But every day they will come on social media. Oh, our PM won very, very well today. Oh, our PM is winning. Oh, he beat the zoo hands down. Oh, this and that, without any information, no evidence, no information, nothing. That was a meeting that they held together in closed doors, and they decided, and all of them, they were there. All of them, including these ones who claim to be breakaway, they were all there. They agreed to start giving Biafrans fake information how our PM is going to court every blessed day, while on a lie. So I will tell you, the people who have the information, who hear from PM directly, even though that I'm not working with them, I will tell you today, so that so that all these riffraffs confuse you with fake information. Are you paying attention? Now, I have a lot to say, but let me first of all play this video. I'll play the video, analyze it if necessary, and then I will send my message to all of you. Pay attention, please. Hit that very like button and make sure that every Biafrans get this very information.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mr. Information. Thank you. And Biafran people, greeting from here. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on your time zone. I bring a warm greeting to everyone, no matter where you are. We remember our heroes, heroines, and our allies, and everyone working for this great purpose for us to achieve our freedom. And we are also glad and delighted with the news flying today from Washington, D.C. Because Nigeria is a shithole country, a country that must be dissolved, disintegrated from the very foundation in the country. It's a man created by the British government, like it's a exit for them, where they come and make us dry. But we must be free. It didn't work out, it didn't work out. So the great news from Washington, D.C., I believe that will make some of us, some Biafrans, to calm down no matter the circumstances we find ourselves. Because at last, Nigeria is back to where she belongs. Nigeria belongs to the shithole terrorist country, and as they have been designated as country of particular concern, or country that persecute Christian. So for those that don't believe in one Nigeria, exit from Nigeria, just like the Biafran people, we have using our feet to exit. And that's one of the reasons why we are fighting, doing everything we can to hold everyone accountable who have come away to disrupt our freedom, to sabotage this movement, of which that will continue. Just in a few days, we see what's trending on the social media about the lawsuit that the Biafra Republic government initiated, of which we see Ngozi and her government, the Jambo Parade government set up. So for that reason, I think I'm going to allow Minister of Information, Honorable Sonia Power, to read out the memo, and this memo will be out after this press briefing, so that every Biafran we have access to it and go through it thoroughly. And we also want to ensure everyone that it's never too late. Anyone who try to sabotage this great movement must be held accountable. Thank you, Minister of Information. You can go ahead and read out this memo. Thanks.
Biafran people have joined us from all over the globe. In a like manner, I celebrate the victory that is coming out from the capital, where we gathered to open the key. We opened the key, and then Nigerians and Christians that have been massacred for years, they now have hope, and that hope that they had ever waited for, which no one could pave way for them, has come. So kudos to BRJ and to all Biafrans that have made this happen. It's
It seems like my voice was not coming out before. Please let me know now if my voice is coming out. Let me know now if you can hear me, please, while we proceed. I'm going to repeat what this young man said here. You see, all the times they have been fighting me, I've never responded to this guy called Akbarawa. You know, I have never responded to him because I see him as very insignificant. And but I cannot stoop so low to be responding to all the things he has been saying about me. You understand? I am the only one who can tell how he came into the struggle. The very first time Biafrans know who was Akbarawa Sonny was from my platform. And the person who introduced him to me was Nsima, Akbarawa Nsima. While I was having a joint broadcast with Nsima, Nsima brought him and they personally introduced him to me and told me that he would like to join, he want to join us, that he, Nsima, would like me to welcome him, which I did. And I gave him platform to speak. That was how he joined the struggle, the autopilot. He may have had his Facebook channel page before. I'm not saying that he created his page that very day. He may have had his page long ago. I don't know whenever he created his page. But as long as Biafra struggle is concerned, autopilot is concerned, the very first time he came into the struggle was from me. From my own program, I hosted a joint program with Nsima on my platform. That is how this guy joined the struggle. If he said it's a lie, let him come and debunk it. The program is still on my Facebook page. You understand? So, me responding to him, I found it as unnecessary. I found it as, you know, me going down to, you know, to dustbin, which I did not see happening. So the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing now is not that I am not responding directly to Akbarawa Sonny, never. I am responding to the collective sabotage that took place on this very program that they made on the 31st of October 2025. And the reason why is not about the sabotage alone, but the sabotage was directed to Mazi Simon and Joko. The sabotage was directly done to Mazi Simon and Joko. That is the reason why it is very important for me to come and do this very broadcast today. Are you paying attention? So, forget all the title they are bearing, Minister of this, Minister of that, Minister of Information. If those of you who have been here since 2022, late 2021 and the early 2022. You will bear me witness of what I'm saying. You will bear me witness with of what I'm saying. Now, having laid that foundation, let us move. According to this guy, he said, kudos to BRGIE who made it happen. Let me make it very, very clear. The designation of the zoo as a country of concern has absolutely nothing to do with Brigi or Biafra. Are you paying attention? It has absolutely nothing to do with Brigi or Biafra. If it's something that has to do with Brigi, I will let you know. I will tell you, even though I'm not in their group, I will let you know. It has nothing to do with Brigi. Why did I tell you that? I will give you examples, physical examples. First and foremost, when Donald Trump was the president of America from 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, Donald Trump administration had already designated the zoo as a country of concerns. Are you paying attention? Now what I'm saying is in the public. That time, there was no Brigi. Onanano, ntiodokwa. Donald Trump designated the zoo as country of great concern. The same threat that he has issued now is the same thing that he did in 2018, 2019. Are you paying attention? The same thing, no difference. Now, when this guy took over, Joe Biden, because the zoo government under the name Muhammadu Buhari brought billions of worthless naira, millions in dollars to sponsor the candidature of Joe Biden, which went viral. Now, Joe Biden quickly, without hesitation, removed the zoo from that very list of countries of concern, which even our Prime Minister Mazi fought very hard, fought against the removal of the zoo as countries of concern, as one of the countries of concern in America, but all to no avail, because the political ties between the zoo criminal politician government and the Biden administration was too huge. Was too huge that Simon Ekpa couldn't have stopped. So the zoo was removed as a country of concern in America, and they had a fresh breath. Now, after Joe Biden lost the election to Donald Trump a couple of months ago, Donald Trump had no any other alternative if not to restore the name of the zoo in that very list of countries of great concern. Are you paying attention? So it has nothing to do with Brigi or Biafra. This is the first, evidence. The second evidence is this. Why are you claiming, credit about what happened in Washington, D.C. for Nigeria being, added to countries of concern, why we are going to Washington, D.C. for the recognition of Biafra? All the time you've been going to Washington, D.C., are you presenting the Biafra documents for recognition to the American Congress and politicians, or are you presenting Nigeria as country that kill Christians. Which one? Because the basics of this very designation and addition to countries of great concern by Donald Trump administration is because of the massacre of Christians in Nigeria by the Fulani jihadists. That is the direct reasons given to the world why Nigeria has been added to countries of concern. So all the time you have been showing up pictures you are taking with American congressmen. What have you been presenting to them? Have you been presenting to them that Fulani jihadists are killing Christians in Nigeria as a whole? Nigeria as a whole, which mainly is happening in the north? Or have you been presenting Biafran matters and documents to American politicians and asking them to recognize Biafra as an independent nation? Which one? Can you put your both hands in the mouth at the same time? So if you can tell us now that you have been presenting the Christian massacre in Nigeria, which is mostly happening in the north, what we have in the east is the army and police of Nigeria unaliving innocent Biafrans because we say we want freedom. That is what we have in the east. Boko Haram is operating in the north, and now they are encroaching down to western Nigeria. We have our own army. It is not that really possible for them to penetrate the east. Even Shekau told Nigeria government. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu exposed it. We all had it. Shekau told Buhari, you cannot take the east. And that was the problem that he had with the Buhari's administration. And that's why they unalived him. So tell us, let us know, what have you been presenting to the United States of America that will make you to come to lie in the public claiming responsibility of being the one who pushed America to designate Nigeria as country of great concern? Something that has happened before under the same Donald Trump administration that we all saw in 2018, 2019. Joe Biden removed it. So please, let us leave that propaganda and allow it to die a natural death. It has absolutely nothing to do with bridging. Unless that the reason why you have been meeting the American congressmen is because you want America to designate Nigeria as country of concern, no longer for Biafra matters. They will begin to listen to you, and they will begin to calculate where you have, why and how you have been spending the money that Biafrans are contributing, whether it's to designate Nigeria as country of concern or for Biafra independence and recognition. That is to clear this nonsense propaganda that they are carrying up and down. Now let's continue.
Has come to stay again, and we will celebrate in a grand style. But we are here to deliver a message, just like our APM said, and let me go straight to the message. Please, I will be reading the memo, and then I wouldn't display it on the screen, but later on, we will post out the memo so you can go through it and have it saved inside your phone. So here we go. Biafra Republic Government in Exile Headquarters, Ministry of Information, Media and Communications, October 31st, 2025. Statement by Biafra Republic Government in Exile regarding lawsuit against Ngozi Orabueze. The Biafra Republic Government in Exile announces that its lawsuit against Ngozi Orabueze and her co-defendant has been dismissed due to the direct instructions of Simon Ekpa from detention.
Now, this guy said that Biafra Republic government in exile has announced. Let's listen to that again because I want to be very, very punctual here. Pay attention, please.
25. Statement by Biafra Republic government in exile regarding lawsuit against Ngozi Orabueze. The Biafra Republic government in exile announces that its lawsuit against Ngozi Orabueze and her co-defendant has been dismissed.
The Biafra Republic government in exile announces that the lawsuit against Ngozi Orabueze and her co-defendants have been dismissed. I want you to write it down because there's a contradiction at towards the end of their speech. Write it down. The Biafra Republic government in exile has announced the lawsuit against Ngozi Orabueze and her co-defendants has been dismissed. Write it down. I'll bring you back to there again towards the end of their speech. Write it down, very, very important, while we proceed.
Due to the direct instructions of Simon Ekpa from detention.
Due to direct instruction from Simon Ekpa in detention. Now, this is going to be one of the things that we will talk about, right? One of the things that we're going to talk about, but that time is not yet ripe. Let's continue. Due to direct instructions of Simon Ekpa from prison. Remember that also.
BRJ had initiated a federal lawsuit against Ms. Orabueze and her co-conspirators in the United States District Court for the District of Columbia in Washington, D.C. on May 29, 2025. Mr. Ekpa expressed his objection to.
Before they even proceed, since April 2025, you initiated a lawsuit against one person and her co-criminals. Till today, we never see the progress of that lawsuit. At least on aga kene no one court no ka efu ebe okwu anu wan ikpa na aga. On aga kene one ega akwuru amanda bili origokwa ega asinsi akara akwukwa ya ụgwọ. Have you seen anywhere? We'll get there. A lot of things this evening.
Towards BRGI's lawsuit against Ngozi Orabueze and has successfully taken actions to block the lawsuit from prison.
This is an allegation. You people do not understand what is going on. That Mazi Simon Ekpa has taken action from prison to stop the lawsuit against Ngozi Orabueze. Remember, the reason of this broadcast has nothing to do with siding or protecting Ngozi Orabueze. I still have our own matter in this same broadcast. So I will tell you one thing, because on Woku the other time, where she said that we'll get there. But Barawa Sonny and Ogenkere with their fellow group have said that Mazi Simon Ekpa from Nga is the one blocking their lawsuit against Ngozi Orabueze. So those are the allegations why I'm speaking now, but we haven't gotten to the main point. Let's continue.
Against the advice of Mr. Dabiri and BRGI's lobbying firm, and over the objections of the acting Prime Minister, Chukwu Di Ya, and BRGI's cabinet, and Biafra people bearing the scars of Ms. Orabueze's damages to BRGI and Biafra restoration since Mr. Ekpa was detained. Mr. Ekpa has been actively working against BRJ's lawsuit for the past several weeks.
Mr. Ekpa has been the opposite. The words go that our prime minister is already, the way they have written it for him to read is already showing you something. Is already showing you something. If you cannot see it from outside the box, it's already proving something to you. Let's hear that again.
Cabinet and Biafra people bearing the scars of Ms. Orabueze's damages to BRGI and Biafra restoration since Mr. Ekpa was detained. Mr. Ekpa has been actively working against BRGI's lawsuit for the past several weeks. While the
Mr. Ekpa has been actively working against Ngozi's lawsuit for several months. Somebody who is in prison from the case that he had at hand before the verdict that took place, he now focusing and concentrating on his appeal. Mazi Simon Ekpa only made one statement, which I'm going to be telling you moving forward concerning this very matter that he's talking about. And they know about it. This is one of my anger. What I'm about to tell you is something that they know. And it was only one word. Let's continue.
BRGI bylaws state that BRGI cabinet has the right to replace the prime minister after 3 months of incarceration.
Now, this is where they want to come. In case you don't know, I see one Efulefu in the comment section writing to me, this is not important. Yotago, because what you don't know is bigger than you. You understand? What you don't know is bigger than you. Efulefu is writing, this is not important. Because you know nothing. Your brain is completely empty. This is where they are coming. Now, if you don't listen very, very attentively, you will never understand it. Now, pay attention. Listen and listen very, very good.
Ekpa was detained. Mr. Ekpa has been actively working against BRGI's lawsuit for the past several weeks. While the BRGI bylaws state that BRGI cabinet has the right to replace the prime minister after 3 months of incarceration.
Did you get it? According to Sonny, he said that BRGIE bylaws state that the Briggy has the right to replace the prime minister after 3 months of incarceration. After 3 months of incarceration, remember, incarceration. So the person who made that law, the question is very simple. Were you planning for this incarceration? Were you preparing for this incarceration? And the person who are going to make your new prime minister, is he ready for his own incarceration? Is he willing to bear his own incarceration? The person you are going to make your prime minister, is he untouchable? Is he really untouchable? Why can't you come straight and tell us what you are planning? For the fact that PM has been behind bars for the past 1 year. Therefore, we are tired of calling this man acting prime minister. We want to make him the prime minister. But making him the prime minister, whatever name you want to call, is it the restoration of Biafra? Are you going to still remain the so-called prime minister until after 6 years, which you all know that in Finland 6 years is served day and night, which is 3 years. Also, I've got 1 year already, or for 2 years. Mobuna appeal, yeah. Mobuna Finland they decide they are to stand on the illegality that took place in Pajet Hamed District Court, Lati. If Finland decide to stand on their ground, all 2 years in Keteka follow. Also, I've got 1 year. So this your new darling, which you are going to make the new prime minister. The prime minister rule the next 2 years. The PM has have got 1 year already. Yeah, November. Also have got 1 year nime. Or for 2 years. That's 6 years for day and night. Okay, for only 2 years to go. So this your new darling, which you are going to now make the prime minister. What is going to be his position when PM comes out in the next 2 years? Let us assume, but God forbid, Northern Finland decide they say, okay, we are going to stand on that illegality and irregularity. Or are you going to restore Biafra within that 2 years of being the prime minister? Ụmụ Igbo ka unu wee na-afụ ndị unu na fa na-eme ka ife ụdịka mmadụ unu na-ege ntị agakwa achọ onye ya ekwukwu kwa ọ bụrụ sọ akpara wasọni ọkwa ife ni na ọkwa mistake anyị mechara eme ka na-emekwa da mistake na-aga n'iru alụmelu.
The BRGI cabinet never did so out of respect to Mr. Ekpa and acknowledging the emotional attachment many Biafrans feel towards him, because Mr. Ekpa still retains his position as Prime Minister. Even though he is incarcerated, he has the legal right to assert his authority to undermine the lawsuit indefinitely.
He said, even though he's letting you remember, he said before that he has been fighting against the lawsuit from detention. Now, for him to solidify that very word he said, for him to make it sound truthful, or say that even though he is being incarcerated, that he still has the legal right to I want to quote him as saying, not by not just quoting sake. I want to quote him as saying. Listen.
Even though he is incarcerated, he has the legal right to assert his authority to undermine the lawsuit indefinitely.
Did you get that? Even though he's incarcerated, he still has the legal right to assert his authority against Briggy. Even though the PM Mazi Simon Ekpanjoko is incarcerated, that he still has the legal right to assert his authority to undermine Briggy and Briggy's lawsuit against Ngozi Oraboeze. So why he said this is to let you know that he is not lying that Simon Ekpa has been fighting against the lawsuit of Ngozi Oraboeze, because he still has the legal right to assert his authority against Briggy or against whatever Briggy is doing. That is what Sonny is saying here. So, but listen and listen very, very attentively.
As long as BRGI keeps Mr. Ekpa in his position in the government while in prison, if the status quo is allowed to continue, BRGI going forward will remain undermined.
So therefore, can you pokene ya afa? Why would you people wait again to come again to converge again for you now to make your statement? So therefore, because all they go very open. This is now the reason why we have to make this broadcast. This is the reason why we have to make this broadcast. Barawa Sonny, Ogenkere, and Indio to you is quite unfortunate that people like Amobi them could be here. Anako de Akoka, Fasoropan Kataya, Amobi. In oro here, na Odin Kata. In on the secret meeting, ono for cabinet meeting, Apachan Kata, Wepotaya, Nife, na public. In oro, Yabiso. So iso Nandi sabotage Samanepa. Ifeleme Buegi. You are such a big shame, a big disappointment to Biafrans. Can you imagine? As long as Mazi Samanepa remains in his position as the prime minister, he will continue to undermine Brigi. He will continue to sabotage Brigi. Therefore, announce it. Only for therefore, he is no longer the prime minister, and from today, Ogenkere has been nominated or elected as the new prime minister of Biafra Republic government in exile. Only for if you na bazo kirikiri okwasi atu inu kowa onye aturu inu kowa lege jinu ni fulofia. Only Oliver Kwokwa onye ogwara amalugo sarebe kwokwa onye ogwara amalugo. We all know. But na afa ya ma no na emego the meeting already. Nke ono be ame na abu eye service. Kono maligo di fair about the reaction of Biafran people. Announce it. Biafran people do not even take you people seriously anymore. Announce it. Shame.
In decision making and delay the way forward in the restoration and recognition of Biafra in the United States of America.
You see that? As long as Mazi Simon Ekpa is allowed to remain as the prime minister of Brigi, he will continue to undermine Brigi. He will continue to destabilize and sabotage Brigi and continue to delay the restoration of Biafra. On email. As long as PM continues to be PM under Brigi, he will now continue to undermine and delay the restoration of Biafra. A man who had his life going for him. None of this individual can stand when Simon Ekpa is talking before Biafra matters. Before he came into Biafra agitation. None of them can stand to speak when Simon Ekpa is speaking. In terms of education, they cannot speak. In terms of achievement, they cannot speak. Before Simon Ekpa joined Biafra agitation, he has already owned a house in Finland. And were many personal things or Biafrans now, but even Mazi Simon Ekpa himself cannot be saying it. He cannot be saying them. Yotago, all these ones they have nothing. But the man Finland is a known politician who have won an election and served as a public servant, a public office holder under Finnish politics and government. Well educated, well knowledgeable, and back home he comes from a royal home. His father was a king. He is a crown prince. Not just for fashion. No. Simon Ekpa is a crown prince, just like our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. A crown prince in Paya Boeze tupu onwuru. Yotago. That's why in the China for connections, Yana Mazinam the Kano the too much. All the spiritually connected and physically connected. So with all the accomplishment of this man, apart from you and Mekuko gone on our sports, or any normal accomplish, he left everything. He left every single thing. Everything was going well for him. He said, let me come and liberate my people because I believe I have the capacity. He joined the struggle. Mazinam the Kanu went Subu. He took the mantle, took the bull by its horn. Where Kolu Makabia Frano, when Ronnie Mena for 1 good year. Stay counting. For 1 good year and stay counting. Oya Kasoni, see from Ebosi where Mapota. From Ebosi where Mapota. When Agwaziani, as long as Simon Epa is allowed to remain as a Briggy Prime Minister, Ogen Kere no Kwada Anchani Net Balon Kata. So long as they allow Simon Epa to continue, he will continue to undermine Briggy decision making and the Biafra restoration and recognition. Ndi mmadụ na-egekwe ya ntị na-asị ya ride on. No be juju be that. No be juju be that. Tell me if that is not juju. Onokwana his comfort zone. Oh. His comfort zone. When I go to give Fefadelo na group, where we put by a cabinet meeting briefing. Brigade cabinet briefing. Pani na bosuit, maputasia. Na go. Unu nege. Ndi Igbo unu nege. Unu abanika. Unu mere ofuma. Unu mere ofuma.
The international community cannot work with someone in prison and under duress for recognition to be achieved. Okay. Mr. Ekpa relayed to BRJ Acting Prime Minister Chukwu Di Ya that he does not believe Biafrans have the right to sue Biafrans.
Good. Good. You remember when I told you from beginning? How many of you remember what I told you from beginning? Can you write it in the comment section? Remind me, please. Can you remind me? There's something I asked you to write it down. I don't know if any of you wrote it down or if you can remember. There's something I asked you to write down because we are getting somewhere now. We are getting somewhere. Ugo Choliben Nambawu. I asked you to write down something. Can you remind me that thing which I asked you to write down in few words? Now, as you are trying to write down what I asked you to, to write down before, as you are trying to type it in the comment section, let me play what Sonny said once again.
The EPA relayed to BRJ Acting Prime Minister Chukwu Di Ya that he does not believe Biafrans have the right to sue Biafrans.
Did you get that? That Mr. Ekpa, he's talking about Prime Minister, relayed to Ogenkere that he does not believe that Biafrans should sue. Let me take that. This is very sweet.
EPA relayed to BRJ Acting Prime Minister Chukwu Di Ya that he does not believe Biafrans have the right to sue Biafrans.
Did you get that? That Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko told Ogenkere that he does not believe that Biafrans have the right to sue Biafrans. Let me check my comment and see if any of you have written. Okay. Now, Akbarawa Sonny and his gang said that Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoku told Ogenkere, relayed to Ogenkere that he does not believe that Biafrans have the right to sue Biafrans. How many of you were here? Let me ask you again. How many of you were here a couple of months ago when we were talking about this court suit, this suitcase or whatever they call it? When a certain commentator came into the program and asked me if I was in support of this very lawsuit or not. How many of you were here? How many of you were here when somebody joined my broadcast and asked me if I was in support or not about that very lawsuit against Ngozi Arabeze? And what did I say? I said, no, I am not in support of it. And he asked me why. I told him, listen, the reason why I am not in support of this court case is because, first of all, this is distraction. Secondly, Amanda Billy is a a well-recognized global, advocate, which you cannot hire him for peanuts. Now, you want to spend thousands of US dollars to pay Amanda Billy to sue Ngozi Arabeze, why you have every opportunity to use this same money to fund our army in order to continue to do what they have been doing, to do it to the maximum and let the result fight for you. The result will fight for you because the result of the wins, the winning of our army is going to draw more attention to you and attract more support to you. Attract Biafrans to come to support you and support whatever you tell them. How many of you were here when I was explaining this a couple of months ago? I said, instead of giving Amanda Billy this money for this shambolic and shenanigan that they call lawsuit, why not bring that money? Let us use it to continue to support our army. That's why I cannot support it. I was very, very sincere and very, very open to that very question. Today, and remember, I have told you before, that I don't even need to call Mazi Simon Ekpa on phone for me to know what he wants to say or what he has in his mind. The same way Mazi Simon Ekpa told you that he picks word from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's heart is the same way I pick word from him, from his heart, even before he said it. Now, this very thing that I have narrated right now happened many months ago. And today, they have confirmed it by themselves. That Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoku relates to Ogenkere that he does not believe that Biafrans have rights to sue Biafrans. Are you paying attention? That he does not believe that Biafrans have right to sue Biafrans, because you know why? We have more we have a lot at hand. We have a lot at hand. So why wasting time suing somebody that the case that you know can never end anytime soon? Since June, how many months now? Almost 6 months. They haven't even appeared in court for the first time. For the first time, 6 months is gone. Amanda Billy erigokwe ego nke akwụrụ ya fite ọnụ na-eri na-aga. 6 months along the line, they have not had one court appearance. So what is the need? What is the use? Akwụkwọ Amanda Billy ụgwọ o ji wee file the case. Return one as the brigade lawyer. Return one alias Nandotia. These are the things I say we cannot. The fund has been divided. We all see it. We saw what Ngozi Arabeze did. We all saw it. The same instruction of Ahmed Musa, Christopher Musa, is what Ngozi Orebeze did. Unless if you are blind and daft, that is the only time you will argue with me. We saw what Ngozi Orebeze did. She came to destroy. She came to divide the funds. She came to do the same, exactly the bidding of Musa. Musa made it clear. He was asked, how do you stop this? He said, starve them of funding. Starve them of funding. That is what Musa said. And he kept hammering on this every blessed day. Every time he came on social media, he said, starve them of funding. That was the target of Musa. And that is exactly what Ngozi Orebeze came to do in order to put our soldiers in hard situation, in a very difficult situation. Now you know that this thing has happened. Under your watch, you people mismanaged the situation. The whole thing happened. If you are not working hand in hand with this Ngozi Orebeze you claim that you are fighting, why are you paying attention by spending more money to take her to court? Bring that money, KGF fund our soldiers. Can defend our land, whereby the result will bear you witness. The result will now give you every necessary support that you need. You understand? They never want anybody to talk. They never want advice. They want to do their own thing. Since June till November and still counting, there has not been one court case, not even one. Court appearance, not even one. And the lawyers in charge of that case in Eliego. Then are we wise? Or are we foolish?
Ignoring the fact that Biafran saboteurs put Mazi Nnamdi Kanu where he is today. Mr. Ekpa also ignores that Biafran saboteurs submitted a petition to Finland government in collaboration with Nigerian government, which helped lead to his arrest. Mr. Ekpa vowed he will derail any attempt by BRJ to hold saboteurs accountable and will block BRJ from filing any lawsuit against saboteurs.
That is a lie. Mazi Sam Ekpa never vowed to stop Briggy from holding any saboteur accountable. When he's done reading his garbage, I will tell you people what really transpired. I'm waiting for him to say amen. Once he says amen, I will tell you what happened. But bear it in mind that Mazi Simon Ekpa and Joko never vowed to stop anybody that want to fight Biafra saboteurs. He made one statement. Remember, I told you that he made only one statement. Let's continue.
Furthermore, Mr. Ekpa relayed that he wants Biafrans to know that he is personally stopping the lawsuit against Ngozi Orebeze for Ms. Orebweze's benefit. His position advocating dismissal of the lawsuit is reflected in the notice of dismissal and court records. Mr. Ekpa responded that he doesn't care what Biafrans think. When several BRJ officials...
Imagine, he doesn't care what Biafrans think. How can man Simon Ekpa no nime because of Biafrans? Siziegi that now he doesn't care what Biafrans think. Now, wow.
has warned Mr. Ekpa on multiple occasions that Biafrans will be dissatisfied with him in mass should it be revealed that he worked against the lawsuit and took the side of Ms. Orebeze. Mr. Ekpa revealed that he indeed is doing this for Ms. Orebeze, not minding what her sabotages has caused to Biafrans lately, who act as an agent of chaos. However, Mr. Ekpa privately acknowledged to BRGI officials in the beginning of the year that he knew of Ms. Orabueze's wrongdoings and affirmed that Ms. Orabueze is not working for Biafra interests. And at that time, he encouraged BRGI officials to take action against Ms. Orabueze. Earlier in 2025, Mr. Ekpa sent a message to Ms. Orabueze to disappear from the social media, especially Twitter X, because of what she was posting on social media with his names, signatures, official letterhead, and faking of his official stamps, which were implicating him in his ongoing case in Finland. Mr. Ekpa,
based on what he said now, that Mazi Simon Ekpa told Ngozi Orabueze to disappear from social media, it is not only Ngozi Orabueze. Mazi Simon Ekpa told every one of them that call themselves officials, every one of them, both Ngozi Orabueze, Morgan Kere, Fancha, to disappear from social media, including Ogen Kere himself. I'm not missing word. I said including Ogen Kere himself. Everything Nagwagi here today, fasting up as a fapota. Fapota. Mazi Simon Ekpa told all of them to disappear on social media. The reason is big. Let me tell you the reason, because they don't want to tell you the reason. They say because of what Ngozi Orabueze is posting. That is not just the reason. The reason is because of the social media war that they took up against themselves. Against themselves. And Mazi Simon Ekpa does not want, because he knows, Mazi Simon Ekpa knows exactly what we went through in 2021. He was at the helm of he was at the center of everything that happened in 2021. So he knows what it took us to get to where we were before his arrest, detention, and the illegal imprisonment. So he knew that them being on social media is only going to take us back to 2021, which is what I was shouting, that I'm not ready to go back to 2021. But did they listen? The answer is no. They did not listen. And now they want to make it look as if it was only one person that was to know. It was all of them. And this one that is reading, Sonny, himself, but that was Sonny, never paid any attention to anything that was coming from Finland. He was at the center of everything. Yawa with Rafael Ajere.
had also disowned Ms. Orabueze's group when he realized her misconduct. As such, Mr. Ekpa has either been playing a double game or is incoherently contradicting himself or deceiving Biafrans at this time.
You see, Mr. Simon Ekpa is deceiving Biafrans. Onokwa n'ime. Onokwa n'ime. And I will tell you what Mazi Simon Ekpa said about Ngozi Orabueze. Personally, I will tell you. This one now, they don't know about it. Unane gent into odekwa. I will tell you here. Let's continue. Monosina na Simon Ekpa and Joko is deceiving Biafrans. So they are now painting Mazi Simon Ekpa and Joko red and black. Simply because they want to enthrone Ogenkere. Because they want to enthrone Ogenkere as their so-called Mr. Prime Minister. Before they do that, they have to destroy the image of the man who is suffering for Biafrans in prison. Simply because they want to enthrone Ogenkere. Before Mazi Simon Ekpa took up the mantle, he never for one day sabotaged Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He never for one day talked down on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He never for one day speak ill of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He fought for him. He continued to fight for him until he had issues in Finland. But these power-hungry and power-mongers, money-mongers set of people, they want to first of all destroy the image of Simon Ekpa simply because of one target of enthroning Ogenkere and making him their prime minister. Nothing else. All this long sermon and agrog here, nothing else. For the past 19 minutes, nothing else. Only to enthrone Ogenkere as their new prime minister.
Mr. Ekpa, learning that the breakaway groups were collapsing under the weight of the litigation, and BRGIA regaining momentum after the chaos of the past year, became resentful and has engaged in a desperate ploy to save Ms. Orabueze in order to have reignite chaos in the Biafra government. Mr. Ekpa, in working against BRGI's lawsuit and assisting Ms. Orabueze, a widely looted figure whose purpose is to ridicule the Biafra government with her absurd and unserious behavior, has committed political suicide. Mr. Ekpa, in the estimation of many Biafrans, in this one action, has completely disappointed Biafrans by changing the goalpost because it involves Ngozi Orabueze. Though he has acknowledged of all sabotages of this particular woman. Mr. Ekpa's sabotage is both disgraceful and
honestly speaking, when I was listening to this very program this morning, today, when I got to this very point, I became very, very sad, and I laughed. And that laugh was not a genuine laugh. It was very, very sad to hear Sonny Akparawa use his mouth to read this memo given to him by their gang and read out that Simon Ekpa has sabotaged Biafra. It's quite unfortunate. When I got to this point, I was asking myself, how did he do that? How did he do that? Like, they agreed. And His Academic Highness was there. His Academic Highness was there. People that I used to hold in high esteem. Amobi was there. These men, background, they were all there. They agreed to write this trash and allow Akparawa Sonny to read it. That's Simon Ekpa. Let me play that again. Go ahead,
though he has acknowledged of all sabotages of this particular woman.
Yes, that one is not a lie. that I can authoritatively tell you. Mazi Simon Ekpa himself has acknowledged the sabotage of Ngozi Arabeze. And he told Uche, listen and listen very, very attentively. Like as I usually say, I can only take a horse to the stream, but I can never force a horse to drink water. It is impossible. She does what she likes. That is the horse for you. I can only tell you the gospel truth. If you want to believe it, you believe it. If you don't want to believe it, you leave it. Time shall tell. Time shall tell. You understand? Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko has acknowledged the sabotage of Ngozi Arabeze. And he unequivocally told Uche one-on-one. He lambasted Uche. I'm saying it in the public, I've never said it before. How many of you remember when I was, talking, when I was saying about what our PM said, the message of our PM when he said every social media saga should end? That if wars come to wars, everybody should make peace. How many of you remember when I was saying it? Let me know in the comment section. It's not too long ago. How many of you remember when I was saying that Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko, our PM, said all social media saga should end, and if possible, go and make peace? How many of you remembered it? Victor Mbuemena, thank you for remembering it. Now, to next, thank you for remembering it. Listen and listen very, very attentively, my people. Let me tell you what happened. Uche, the former European rep. Uche went to see Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko. There's no need of giving you the full details of those that he went with for security reasons. Uche, what I'm saying today, Chukwu okike abịama bi n'eluigwe aka m nọ n'elu, ọ bụrụ asị ka m na-asị, ma efokwala chi. Aka m dị n'elu. Uche, the former European rep, went with two more individuals to see our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko. Are they 2 or 3? Uche. I think there are 4. Plus 1 woman. 2 more individuals. Plus 1 woman. 1 woman. I don't want to give information about that woman, even though she supports Ngozi Arabeze. Let me not give her information and her location because it's not necessary. They went to see our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko. Before they even went, Uche has already started fighting that very visitation because he never wanted to go with other people. Because he knew that he messed Mazi Simon Ekpa up. He knew he messed Biafrans up. He knew he sabotaged Biafra's struggle. And he knew that Mazi Simon Ekpa was not happy with him. This was after the last court appearance of Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko that Uche, European rep, the former European rep, went. They went to the prison where our prime minister is kept, Kilimakoski prison in Finland. They went there. Uche was shaking because he knew that bombshell was about to thrown at him. He was trying to pretend, hey, no problem, there's nothing happening, everything is okay, everything is in place, blah, 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 no problem, don't listen to what they're telling you, all those gossip, no, everything is in place, everything is in order. Mazi Samunepa told him one-on-one, Uche onye ka na akpogo, malu ni ifem na-ekwu bụ okwu asị pụta bịa debunk ya. Echi debunk ichini ago twansi wene aka enu si na ọ bụ na ifi na-ekwu bụrụ okwu asị ga-efokwana chi. Ọbara ụmụ Biafra wụsalụ na anị Biafra because of ọgụ nwere onwe anụnwa ha sokwago. Ha destroy your life, destroy everything you lay hand upon. Ichini aka enu twansi wene aka enu wee kwuo ya. Uche wee pretend na-achị cover up if any all the atrocities that they have been committing in this very struggle since the arrest and the incarceration of our prime minister. Mazi Samunepa told Uche one-on-one that you know that you people, you and your madam, you people are not following the template of our liberation struggle. You know that you people are not following the template of our struggle and liberation. That was the statement of our prime minister to Uche. And the time he said that they should go and make peace, he was talking to them in Finland, because the same matter, the same problem that we have worldwide, the way they disorganized the struggle, the way they divided the house is the same way the house is divided in Finland itself. Inside Finland, in Finland, the Biafrans who live in Finland is the same way they are divided. That's why even during that protest, they also sabotaged the protest. Those Biafrans within Finland sabotaged the protest in Finland, because those who are following Ogenkere in Finland did not want to show up. Those who are following Ngozi Orebeze in Finland did not want to show up. Those people that you see that showed up in that protest are those who are following the footsteps of Mazi Samunepa Njoko. Those who are following Ogenkere and Ngozi Orebeze, Fanchanabu. When anybody showed up, Nime Fanchanine. Because Fachahoka any has suspension. Ona na ifem na ekwu na mgbasi age mpụtakwa kwuo okwu echi mana ifem kwu bụ eziokwu. Ọ bụ na m apụtara mana m asị gasị. You got even nagwa now. Mazi Samunepa Njoko, the reason why I did not say it is because okwu ibe aka na-aga on that time and the yawa kwusi onye kwukwana na public. Nyawa Johnny akwuo si onye kwukwara na public. Uche ịmalụ na ife nnekwu bụ okwu asị pụta debunk ya. Iwe ni aka elu kwuo na ife na-achị ikwu na ọ bụkwa okwu asị ga-efokwana chi and ife ikwu wepụta ụwa afụkwala ya. Ọbara ụmụ Igbo ekpofu na ọgụ nwere onwe anụnwa fa sachie gị anya. Sachie gị arụ. Yotie na-ekwu na Mazi Samunepa gwali ya one-on-one that you people are not following the template of our struggle and liberation. Wee gwazie ha nwa na onwe ha nọ na Finland sa ga mee peace. Because ọ ma na Finland bụ isi mmiri ebe emete ya ọfụma na Finland. As na-ekwu ndị be anyị nọ na Finland mete ya ọfụma. Then from there, okwu a ya adị mfe. Ndị be anyị nọ na Finland mete ya ọfụma, okwu a adị mfe. No matter ife ndị nọzi outside na-eme, at least akpọgodu for protest for our prime minister, ifugodu igwe mmadụ. Ndị be anyị nọ na Finland buru ibu. our people who live in Finland are too many. So ọ bụ na emeti ya ọfụma na Finland, okwu adị mfe. Akpọ for protest. Otu a PM na-aga appeal very soon. Akpọ protest, ndị mmadụ apụta n'igwe. Ji ofu obi pụta, malụ na onye a na-emere protest abụrụ gọọmenti E ma gọọmenti B, no Maazị Simon Ekpa Njọkụ. That's what you say, ha, go and make peace. Ọkwa na Finland, mụnwa personally mụnwa bụ onye kwuru na public CPM saying I may peace. Mana ife ọ gwalụ bụ ndị nọ na Finland ha ga-eme peace because they have a group. They have group in Finland. If I na-ekwu na ndị nọ na Finland ma anya ya, and those few individuals so gaija and uche we gaija ma everything na-ekwu maka ya. Uche betrayed the struggle, betrayed Masamune, betrayed everybody. That very message, I'm sure he related it to Ngozi Orabueze, but they never listened to it. They never paid attention to it. So, of course, Sonny was to say that he did not say he did not lie on that very one. Mazi Simon Ekpa Njọkụ knew the sabotage of Ngozi Orabueze and he disassociated himself even at the law court from Ngozi Orabueze. He disassociated himself from Ngozi and her activities even at the law court. Now, Geziano Nti, kono nuzi ife Sonny kwuru after that very statement he made. Geziano Nti.
Because it involves Ngozi Orabueze. Though he has acknowledged of all sabotages of this particular woman, Mr. Ekpa's sabotage is both disgraceful and despicable.
You see, that Mr. Ekpa's sabotage is both disgraceful and despicable. This very statement will last for a very long time, if not forever. A man onye Igbo nwa onye Igbo nọ na nga na-ata afụfụ ebubo eboli ọ na-emerọ maka n'ihi na ọ pụta sị na ọ chọrọ ka ụmụnne ya nwere onwe ya nọrọ na nga na-ata afọ ọtaga afọ for one good year. Akparawa Sonny kpọọ kootu nna amụghị onye chinyere ya ma ọ bụ o nwere one man a na-akpọ Okongwu. That time ọ ga-anyị na-eto a na-akpọ Okongwu. Otu aka kootu ya na-adị ọ na-aṅụ oke mmanya ọṅụcha mmanya ọpụta na-ada ya kpọọ kootu a na-akpọ ya Okongwu onye aṅụrụma. Akparawa Sonny n'oge nkere kpọọ kootu mapụta na soshal midia wee mepee ọnụ fa ji eli ede tọnụzie etu ile nse wee mepee ọnụ sị na Simon Ekpa's sabotage against Biafra is let me use that word the way they said it in order not to misquote them.
He has acknowledged of all sabotages of this particular woman. Mr. Ekpa's sabotage is both disgraceful and despicable.
Mr. Ekpa's sabotage is both disgraceful and despicable. And they are all there. I remember before they wrote this memo, they had already agreed, discussed it within their group and agreed to it. And then they went to type it and handed it to Akparawa Sonny to come and read for them as the so-called information minister. Una na-ege ntị fancha nọrọ dị academic highness nọrọ dị ya ọsụtahụ nke a n'oyibo ọsụtahụ nke a na latino ọsụtahụ ya na italiano fancha nọrọ dị ya a na-agwa ụmụ Igbo na onye Igbo nwoke onye Igbo nwa onye Igbo wepụtara onwe ya ji ndụ atọ ụtụ aja ka ọ nọrọ ụmụnne ọgụ ka nwere onwe ha wee nọrọ na nga na-ata afọ na-esiri ọdụ n'imi for the past 1 year. Nwa ya nwoke nọ ebe 5-6 years nọrọ nne anọrọ nso nna anọrọ nso unu echeki họ ife na-aganụ unu afụrụ afụfụ nwa amadi anụnwa na-atalụ ndị Igbo unu ncha gang ya up together apụta gụọlụ unu memo na Simon Ekpa ise sabotua unu ncha nọrọ di ya na-ege ya ifele megbue unu ncha niile. I'm not even talking about Oge Nkere. Oge Nkere has made himself available to be a willing tool long ago. Unu ncha nọrọ di ya agụ dịka ya unu ekwe. Even before I go, you confirm or conclude on a meeting on where question yes, Kagoya, on a goya. Chai, Hello, Mekwalo. Hello, Melo. I never knew. I already know that these people are power mongers. They are money mongers. I know. But I never knew that they could reach to this point, to the extent of Ikuna public. Simon Ekpa is a saboteur. Ono kwanangao. Ono the candy DOS Sam and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a sabo, is a betrayer because he refused to castigate Simon Ekpa in the public. Gwagodu numife di ite. Okwunu ncha niile na oge ndị DOS na-akpọ Nnamdi Kanu betrayer na-akpọ ya saboteur because simply because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, not Simon Ekpa, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu refused to bow to their pressure to publicly disown Simon Ekpa and castigate him. The same thing. Although I am not saying that Ngozi Orabueze is representing Simon Ekpa. No. I already know exactly. I know everything that happened behind the scenes. I know. I said every. When I say every, I'm not missing word. If you like, you believe it. If you like, talk nonsense on whatever you like. I don't care. I am not missing word. I say I already know everything that happened behind the scene, and I did not know today. I know it long ago. So I'm not saying that Ngozi Orabueze is representing Simon Ekpa. No. But for this group of people coming out now to castigate Simon Ekpa and calling him a saboteur is the same thing DOS did to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for not castigating Simon Ekpa in the public, and they called him a sabo. Offozikwa Ngozi Orabueze tomorrow we can mapota because Simon Ekpa himself has not castigated Oge Nkere and his Briggy-led group. He has not castigated them in the public. So Mazi Ngozi Orabueze ya aputakwa nke ya castigate kwa Simon Ekpa kpọọ ya sabo for not castigating Oge Nkere in the public. We don't know what is going to happen tomorrow. Now, it's quite unfortunate and unbelievable. Let's continue.
He has acknowledged of all sabotages of this particular woman. Mr. Ekpa's sabotage is both disgraceful and despicable, and Biafrans are starting to wonder if Mr. Ekpa is putting his personal interest and Ms. Orabueze over that of Biafra. In the best scenario, Mr. Ekpa's deranged and erratic actions are a result of being under pressure by the Finnish authorities. Pressure of a trial, his own personal interest during the appeal of his conviction, and mental instability, non-composed mentis, or in the worst case scenario, Mr. Ekpa purposely betrayed BRGI due to selfish and economical reasons.
That may only na Simon Ekpa Njoko betrayed a Briggy because of his economical and personal reasons. Wow. Ngwanu ndị Igbo ọ bụ na ọnwa ife ọzọ unu chọrọ ịnụkwu, I don't know, ma mụ anụchigo ntị ka m kpọkwuo ya without even explaining anything anymore.
In either case, Mr. Ekpa's suitability as a leader and loyalty to BRGI and the Biafran movement is now in question if it is about Orabueze and him, or if.
And let me make this very clear. Ogenkere and his group have no any access to Mazi Simon and Joko. Ogenkere had access. Ogenkere had access to hear, not directly, not one-on-one telephone conversation, not directly from Simon Ekpa, but Ogenkere had opportunity to receive message which came direct from Mazi Simon Ekpa and Joko. Ogenkere had opportunity to receive, listen very, very attentively. Ogenkere had the opportunity to receive message that came from Mazi Simon Ekpa and Joko, not direct Mazi Simon Ekpa and Ogenkere direct. There was no connection like that. There was no such connection. All those times they tell you, I spoke with Simon Ekpa for 100 hours on telephone. It's a lie. It's a typical lie. As a matter of fact, initially, until that very verdict that took place of our Prime Minister's sentencing, initially he was not talking to them on telephone. He wasn't talking to anyone on telephone. Are you paying attention? He wasn't talking to anyone on telephone. There's one man that he used to speak to, and that man is not even an Igbo man. He's not a Biafran man. He's not a Nigerian. He's not an African man. He's not a black man. Ogenkere had no connection to Mazi Simon Ekpa and Joko, but he used to receive message from him until they begin to disobey and sabotage him. Mazi Simon Ekpa stopped sending any message to him. Are you paying attention? Ngozi Orabeze himself has no, as in Ngozi Orabeze worst, because initially Mazi Simon Ekpa and Joko entrusted Biafra Liberation Army into the hands of Ogenkere. I have to say that is the truth. That is the truth. Initially, Mazi Simon Ekpa and Joko entrusted Biafra Liberation Army into the hands of Ogenkere. Oh, well, etinye n'aka. See ya, run all this thing. Jide manage ya kamputa. Yotago. And currently, as I'm speaking to you now, even though Ogenkere is no longer speaking with Mazi Simon Ekpa and Joko. You understand? As I'm speaking to you now, even though Ogenkere does no longer receive any message from Mazi Simon Ekpa and Joko, Mazi Simon Ekpa has not completely revoked that very commitment that he had by entrusting Biafra Liberation Army into the hands of Ogenkere. Are you paying attention? Because there are some things, even though that they sabotage him, he himself cannot command the Biafra Liberation Army from prison. Are you paying attention? So now the only person that Mazi Simon Ekpa speaks to, only person among all these people, the only person that he speaks to is Imam Madabu. Only person that he talks to one-on-one is Imam Madabu. I have to say it. But I have a ife mama dabu na oya wamazi ife mama dabu na agwaya. Yotem nekwu na nyanwa bụzi onye ma ife mama dabu na agwaya. Mana obu ma ya na ekwu ya na ya na-ekwu. That one I can tell you. Ya na ya na-ekwu, and that one I know very very well. Na ya na-akpa. Mana ife nna amazi bụ ife mama dabu na agwaya. Which know if mama dabu gwale ya ka o ya ege, because he has no full information. You got different nekwu now. And I knew even before now. That is the reason why after the removal of Ogenkere, I brought out myself, even without Imam Madabu and CRC calling on me to come, let us work together. Without them calling on me, I brought out myself to work with them, let us fight and restore Biafra, even though our PM was not around. But when I went there, Ejimanyam were funtem. If I'm on a fagalabu, if any for now, till further notice. Till further notice. And glory be to God that everything, every single thing, can I go in car for now? Let me leave that one for now. So, Ogenkere na Parawa Sonny with Indo Tufa
as a leader, and loyalty to BRGI and the Biafran movement is now in question if it is about Orabueze and him.
On any time at all. What I'm saying now and why I'm doing this is because I want everybody to understand the gap and the reason why these individuals are doing this. Any reason why, any time at all, Mazi Simon Ekpa is doing anything to side in Ngozora Boeze. And he never for one day fought the so-called lawsuit. The only thing he said, true, he said it, is that I don't believe in Biafrans suing Biafrans or taking Biafrans to court in the struggle. The same stand that I took, even before that message came. You understand? Just like as I told you, I take words from Maz Samane and Joko. Because when you have an opportunity to work with somebody, you can be able to know the type of, especially when your heart is clean. When your heart is very, very clean and open, you will have opportunity to know what type of person that person is and know what that person would want and what he doesn't want. You know what that person can do. You know what that person can say and what he cannot say. Now, but let's listen to him.
Or if it is about Biafran people. BRGI wishes to ask Mr. Ekpa to show us any evidences of progress that Ms. Orabueze has achieved for Biafra people since after convention. Ms. Orabueze sabotaged the Biafra Defense Forces, including brandished them criminals and fraudulent. Ms. Orabueze sabotaged the IOU loan.
Oh yes, that is true. Ngozi Orabueze or sabotaged the Biafra Liberation Army. Oh yes, she did. I had some cowards just couple of days or weeks ago, saying they were responding to, there's that, my last broadcast, the idiot that came here and said that the Chinas and Warus, activities towards ESN commanders as at then was justifiable. Then some idiots say that Ngozo Rabueze did not fight Biafra Liberation Army, that it was Biafra Liberation Army that refused to work with her because they were listening to Ogenkere. I look at them, I laughed. I shake my head and I laughed. The way they deceive Biafrans who wish to be deceived. Because if you do not wish to be deceived, you cannot be deceived by an individual who did not even know anything about the struggle. You all were here when this whole thing started. You were here when Mazenam Dekano was kidnapped in Kenya. You were here when we were fighting the Battle of DOS. You were here how they unalive ESM members. You were here when we did vote of no confidence on the 27th of February 2022. You were all here when this brigade was formed. You were all here during our 2023 first convention. You were all here. Everything, all these things were happening. Some of these individuals who just came yesterday, who do not even have any clue of what is going on, is making broadcast, lying to their teeth, confusing you. So if you're listening to them, now your fault. If you have forgotten the history and everything that happened, and you go to listen to some criminals who are under the payroll of one woman in America, it is your fault. I'm not going to help you. I am very, very honest. I cannot help you. It is your own fault. Because you were here before them. You saw everything with your own eyes. You saw how we were fighting for the liberation of Biafra. And you also know that if anything goes contrary to this, it's no longer freedom fight. And you are listening to some fools. It is your own fault. I cannot help you. It is your own fault. I cannot help you. Please, I'm not picking call on WhatsApp right now for anyone who's calling me on WhatsApp. So, what am I trying to say here? Ngozi Arabeze, yes, or sabotaged the men on ground. Yes, she did. So, for those who say she never sabotaged men on ground, I want to ask you a simple question. When she came on live broadcast and said that a Chukwu Di Ya is a criminal who tried to murder innocent Biafrans, during the time Ebeku Edike was circulating that very video on social media, both Nigerian media houses were all fighting against Gentle and all that. Ngozi Arabeze joined. Did you not see that very broadcast of Ngozi Arabeze calling Biafra Liberation Army criminals and killers? Did you not hear? Did you not see her saying that? When Ngozi Arabeze came on her social media platform and publicly, fraudulently, and lyingly sacked Igwe Butuzo. Sacked Igwe Butuzo. Suddenly, she made it public that Igwe Butuzo has been sacked as the General Commander of Biafra Liberation Army. What did you call that? It was welcome, right? It was a welcome development. Were you not here when Ngozi Arabeze, when Adadi Orama played a recorded voice conversation between her and Ngozi Arabeze? When Ngozi Arabeze said that if Igwe Butuzo put her, Igwe Butuzo tinisi na another state of Afaya, Rabaya Baya Toto. Were you not here? Nti ochiri gị ka ikpuru isi n'ịfụrụ ya ịnụrụ ya. Nti ochiri gị ka ikpuru isi. Ngozi Orabaeze mepe ọnụ wee sị na iwepụta ụzọ bụ the general commanding officer of Biafra Liberation Army tinye isi na that steeti ọ kpọrọ afọ ya Rabai gbaa ya tọtọ. That was not a sabotage. Ị nụrọ ya ịfụrọ ya ikpuru isi ekwensu buru gị ọnụ. Oge Ngozi Orabaeze pụtalụ sị no, the worst part of it, the biggest sabotage of Ngozi Orabaeze against BLA. Were you not here when Ngozi Orabaeze made a publication that she had decentralized Biafra Liberation Army? What more do you want? Which other kind of sabotage are you waiting for? That the one you can see, because if Ngozi Orabaeze make a deal with Nigerian army to give them all the information and to find a way to lure Biafra Liberation Army out of their comfort zone, she will never come outside to tell you, and you will never have that idea. You will never have that information because it is not a public thing. It's something that has to do privately. So now the ones you can see, for a woman to come and tell you that she has decentralized the army of a state, army of a country, and you say it is not a sabotage, because you're not here. I am not here to paint words or to massage your ego. Because even in that country where you live, their army is not decentralized. In the country where you live, in America, America has the strongest army, as we are told, on paper. America has the strongest army on paper. Yet, they all take command from Pentagon. It is not decentralized. Russia, all the Russian cantonment, military cantonment all over Russian Federation, they all take command from Russia, from Moscow. It is not decentralized. The British Army take command from London. It is not decentralized. Even the zoo, I don't want to use the zoo as an example because you can say, but nothing is working in the zoo. But even in the zoo, the one that is our physical example, take command from Abuja. There is what is called Federal Capital Territory, where the Chief of Army Staff and the Chief of Defense Staff reside. That is where the command is coming from. And without chain of command, you can be able to control your military. You can be able to command your army. You can be able to control your army. You can be able to control your territorial integrity. Because whatever that encroaches towards your territory is encroachment to your nation, and your army has to respond immediately against any external aggression of your territory. Against any external aggression against your nation. A woman came from nowhere. From nowhere. Declare decentralization of your own army. You support it. You say it's not a sabotage. You are a you are question mogo as in omuma morogo gora here because you brogana aru. Oh yes, oborogo anaghị arụ ọrụ ọmụma morogo gọrọ ahịa. Yotago, obuni no nostra. Gwakenem no bu no Austrian army is decentralized if they are not taking command from Vienna. Obuni no na Germany. Gwakenem obu na German army is decentralized. It's not, they are not taking if the central command is not from Berlin. Tell me, let us know which kind of military they have. Tell me where you live. I control the nation. That is not sabotage. It is not sabotage. until a bepuzie gị isi wee malụ na sabotage ka ọ bụ. This same woman began to recruit Bubagu members into what she called her own army, symbolic, to the extent of making Caterpillar a non-betrayal of Biafra as her general commander of her own army. And the support was seen up all the ride on. Madam Ngozorabe as a DPM, APM, VPM, CCM, this and that. Ride on. I cannot help you. I cannot help you. Caterpillar of all people declare Samonepa wanted. Declare Igwe Butuzo wanted. Declare General Commander Gentle wanted. Declare all the genuine Biafra Liberation Army commanders wanted. Caterpillar, working with Iken Guruago, was the leader, the commander of Ifanyoba Newi Vigilante Group. Caterpillar. Ngozorabe Eze, your madam, but you overnight, Mayor, her general commander, her commanding officer, to lead, not just commanding officer, her chief of defense staff. Ngozorabe Eze made an Ebubagu member the chief of defense staff. Enabateya, congratulations. Ebane ka imere ofuma nya onye melu ka gị n'ọzọ ka ana na-akọ ịnwaka. Ịnwaka, you did well. Ịpụ na-akụrụ onwe gị aka, you did well for supporting such atrocity, a destruction of your heritage, destruction of your inheritance. Can I support the dissolution of your land? In our support here, you are supporting it. Congratulations to you. Congratulations. I think I'm here to help you, to massage to fan, not you genuine person, but some of these stupid elements. You think I'm here to fan your stupidity? No.
Telling them that IOU loan is now a scam. Mr. Ekpa with entire cabinet of BRGIA, including same Ms. Oraboeze, had guaranteed Biafrans of their IOU loan, hoping to be rewarded.
While I continue to play this very shame from this group of people, let me, of course, share the link for those of you who would want to make a comment to this very current development, to come and join me here and make your comment. The link is in the comment section, wherever you're watching me from, whether you are joining me from Facebook, or you're joining me from our main channel, or you're joining me from our sister channel, Biafra Unite TV. The link is in the comment section. Kindly click the link and join me live and direct, and of course, make your contribution. Once we are done playing this very shame, we are going to end the program. So join me now, and I'll give you a microphone to speak.
Accordingly, when Biafra is fully achieved. And now, seeing Ekpa supporting Ms. Oraboeze on labeling the same IOU a scam is questionable to all Biafrans.
All these things have nothing to do with my Samonep and Joko. If you people want to tell us that you cannot take order from Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoku because he's incarcerated, it will be understandable. Because he may be under duress. This is the same thing we said when conflicting orders and information was coming from DSS. Mazi Simon Ekpa made it very clear that we can no longer take order from a man who is under duress. And we all supported him. So, but that does not make Simon Ekpa from standing up for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and fighting for him. So if you people come out here to tell us you can no longer take instruction from a man under duress, under custody, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoku, I will understand it. But trying to label him a saboteur, trying to label him and call him all sorts of despicable names, it is unacceptable just simply because you want to make Ogenkere your prime minister. It is unacceptable and I can never, never, never accept it. You people should go home and rethink, reflect on what you have done. If you are innocent, you can never do such a thing. You can never, never do a thing like this. You can never do a thing like this. This has automatically made you power mongers and money mongers. You understand? So it is understandable to tell us you can no longer take instruction from Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoku because of his situation. And Ikukwani is stand there on it. Name Fulanya. Stop deceiving Biafrans with America. America raw. It does not make sense. It doesn't make sense whatsoever. Stop deceiving Biafrans with America. America raw. America has told us that they cannot do anything for us until we get 80% of our territory. You all know what I'm saying. I've been saying it. You all know it. The only thing we have is Biafra Liberation Army to defend our land and fight off the invaders in uniform. That's all. That's only any other thing. If it's not this now, my people, any other thing I call on social media, we have passed that level. Any other activity I meet kwa senator, I meet kwa congressman, azukwa whistle, print kwa ID card, emekwa nke ame nke ọzọ, print kwa currency. Ife na bụ ogologo akụkọ which can never, never get us to anywhere. It will get us to nowhere. When we were doing ID card under Brigi, under Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoku, the fight for the liberation of Biafra was hot and going on in Biafra land. The delegitimization of the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom, Nigeria nation is hot and ongoing. Then every other activities of Brigi that was happening is coming as secondary and university levels. But the primary level is to delegitimize the zoo within Biafra territory. So anything other than that, and especially in this critical situation whereby the saboteurs are everywhere, the fund is divided, the fund is very, very little, any other activity outside the total delegitimization of the zoo within Biafra land is false, fake, and the illusion. Illusion. False, fake, and illusion. It's not real. This is the truth. Any other story, well, we are going to defend our land. We will defend our land. We are building the highest military. I'm going to meet this senator, this congressman, Apo Kotu, na social media and Otungozi, and these are all fallacy. These are all fake. As long as the delegitimization of the zoo is no longer happening, any other thing that telling you on social media is false and fake. False and fake. If you like, you listen. If you like, you leave it. they will never stop telling you these stories. They will continue to tell you these stories until your eyes are open. They will continue to bring every month, 2 months, 3 months, once in a while. We put one program or on social media. A call of Aka, ride on, you are walking. They are doing nothing. So long as the delegitimization of the zoo within Biafra territory is no longer there. I'm not asking anybody to post it. You may say because Mazamanapa was posting it, that is why he is in the situation he is today. I'm not asking anyone to post it. Don't post it. If it happens, Biafrans will see it and they'll post it themselves. You don't have to take glory. But Obunoneme will know who is Ayama Otuosia happen, and then we will support it. This is the only way to fight for freedom. Any other thing, oh, Biafra has been restored. Therefore, you don't need to fight for it anymore. Oh, we are now an independent nation. All this nonsense is just formalities. These are just formalities to keep you believing and to keep you thinking and hoping that something is going to happen, but nothing will happen. Nothing is happening. They are building nothing. Absolutely nothing. Are you paying attention? They are building nothing. Absolutely. The link is still in the comment section. I want to see, quite number of people in the studio, in the backstage, before I will start bringing them to the screen. If you are already in the studio at the backstage, just hold on and take your time. I'm going to bring you to the screen to speak. Let us play this video briefly before I start bringing people to make their contribution.
Ms. Oraboeze hijacked Biafra database website with all Biafra citizens' data. And now, they are now illegally auctioning the database for over $10,000. Ms. Oraboeze is printing fake identity cards for Biafrans, having modified the system which the Biafra database system were pre-designed. Ms. Oraboeze now leaks out Biafrans' identity cards and information on social media, which Biafrans are asking if this is what our PM had promised Biafrans to do with their information on the database by leaking them out on social media under the supervision of Oraboeze. This is betrayal to the Biafran people, having imposed confidence on him. Ms. Oraboeze now also officially has...
Did you hear him? He said, this is a betrayal to Biafran people, having what? Let's listen to that. I don't want to outquote him.
This is betrayal to the Biafran people, having imposed confidence on him.
This is betrayal on Biafran people, having bestowed or having what? Please say that again. Having imposed confidence on him. Let's listen to him.
On social media under the supervision of Oraboeze. This is betrayal to the Biafran people, having imposed confidence on him.
This is betrayal to the Biafran people, having imposed confidence on him. He maintains, or they maintained, that Mazi Samanepa is a betrayal. This is betrayal to the Biafran people, having imposed confidence on him. They are on their comfort zones, labeling Mazi Samanepa and Joko a betrayal. What other betrayal could be bigger than that? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Now, without wasting any further time, before we continue with this very video, let me welcome the first commentator, Kachidan. Please grab the microphone, unmute yourself and speak. If you have any question, you are welcome to ask me your important questions, please. The floor is open for you. Go ahead, Kachidan.
Mazi. Good evening
Go ahead.
from here.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Go ahead.
I'm making all the Biafrans all over the world, all the Genu Biafrans. I greet you all, every one of you, wherever you
Sorry,
are listening.
Sorry, Mazi. Before you continue, they go do question, they go do somebody's comment. Director General. Biafra Unite, you are now working with Briggy again. When he just now joining the broadcast and don't know he or she does not understand anything or make a comment. This is how they behave. Naganiru, Machineke.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, I greet all the Biafrans all over the world, all the Genu Biafrans. This program, this night, this pre-release that Sonny were reading to their fellow members. I'm so surprised that Sonny of all people can stand and lead such kind of press release to Biafrans. And Ogen Kerry is there. It's very shameful that a man that they're busy praising Prime Minister Simon Ekpa Obatobia, they turn back now and stabbing him by the back. It's a very shameful, and it shows how irresponsible they are and how betrayal they are, all of them. About that na, and I think now because of na half na Mazi Simon Ekpa na go for appeal. So ha na-achọ other things ha ga-eji wee putu ka ha hapụ grant ya the appeal because they know what they're doing, all of them. Ihe ọ bụrụ na esi na work for Biafra, ka ihe somebody nọ n'ime got to do with any effort ha want to make sure that they bring him out. Even though Gaga protest, none of them participated on that protest. Well, any effort they make, but they turn back now, not amazing accused. It's very shameful, and I know that Genu Biafrans will be very shameful about them. I myself, I'm so disappointed about them. Shame to them. But as an abacho, and I go my. We are taking record of whatever everybody is doing. Let them continue. I remember put on brokers where our prime minister said everybody sees here all this saga on social media, but they continued. Now they are go saga. Now that was our prime minister where was the last saga. But shame will be upon all of them. I will much to say, but all I can say is Genu Biafrans. This freedom is not for one person, it's for all of us. Whatever it game for our freedom, now is the time because he can go the enemy. All these saboteurs, he can go hand. So let's put hands together because as long as Igbo, Ima onye na-ekwu eziokwu ndị Igbo abụrụ ndị a na-etisa ya very easy. Let's more talk etisa ya. We know the truth and we know people who are genuine in this freedom. I know where many people but when they deceive many people, but we know the truth. So I say all the genuine Biafrans keep on fighting. No retreat, no surrender until Biafra come, until our two leaders are out. Thank you so much, Maz, and God bless you.
Bless you too. Bless you too. All right. Of course, let me also make it very clear once again. I've said it before countless of times in this very program. Let me say it once again. The main purpose, they may have other things at heart. why they came out to do this shame that they did. But the main purpose of them doing this is because they want to enthrone Ogenkere as their new prime minister. This is the main purpose. They may as well have other things at heart. They may want to use one stone to unalive triple beds or 4 of quadruple. But the main purpose of this shame that they came out to do, this dance of shame, is to enthrone Ogenkere as their new prime minister. But before they do that, they want to first of all downgrade Mazi Simon and Joko and destroy his name. Make Biafrans to hate him before they can be able to enthrone Ogenkere. That is the main purpose, number one. Any other thing they have at heart is coming secondly. Let's continue. Duru Ebube, please grab the microphone and speak.
Hello. Yes, I'm very happy now. And one way, your effort and this struggle at much, honestly. I am not equal in making more this. Okay, for him, but I struggle. I will not convince him, but I convince. And I could that Biafra is a spirit, and indeed is a spirit. And I believe for Finland, no believe for a delay in this struggle. When they are convinced, I convince you. We join all this struggle. You know, now this Biafra struggle is something of a spirit. Nobody will convince you to join anybody or to follow anybody. Because I could remember when Wazika was genuinely, it was a spirit, the spirit in me. When he the model so was then. But when he delayed, that same spirit left. Even when Nnadi can come on board, my spirit, I was not preached. Nobody told me to join him or do the same spirit for him. The same way when Prime Minister come out, somebody was one strong guy. Strong member na Bamine Kuna guy I got those days when I was in Nigeria. Now I got those things, now I got many places, now I joined normal school. But when someone family come out, that same spirit left. And I started following him without unknowingly. So I was following him. So still the guy had to Bram said, no, this guy that whatever this one I'm taking this struggle and I work from me. That it is that I don't know even so Biafra when my father sit him down or anybody sit him down, some joins Biafra or do this or do that. It is spirit that lead. So the same way that spirit convinced me to join Prime Minister and I started following him. At the end, those people who were here what the truth and they started following him. So Biafra is by conviction. Even it happened when this saga started. At the initial time, I started seeing this thing. Okay, I was like, so this woman, because what convinced me at the initial time to follow her the first time, the prophecy of Nandika, so when they said that why patana struggle, but at the end, but at the end, the thing left, the spirit left. I developed that this woman got the right thing. If we go, so no. I didn't know why we gentle but I call no, this is the truth. The same spirit. So what I'm trying to say is that today convince some, they convince and they left from here. Now the kind of one saying that they will pay 20 billion, Nigeria will pay $20 billion to fight this struggle. If we had that lady name, all Nigerian again. Mandini name fundraising, it is all Nigeria and Mandini Mandi social media and all Nigeria is sponsoring them, giving them money to come and do all those things. If you check, I don't know I'm a genuine person, a genuine Biafrans who keep it can answer that person. I'm telling you, I have stayed in the homeland for this struggle. And all I'm in the homeland, I made this struggle, before my have to that. And when this woman here Omega, everybody know, but I'm not on social media and the Nigeria go, I swear. Because you cannot tell me that in a menstrual Biafra has come. See Biafra has come, selfie, Biafra has come, Biafra. When if you know the hand and men on Grand Megan and Igbo, I witness it. I saw in America Biafra has come, Biafra has come. If you see the kind of celebration the zoo army and police celebrated when they had at the MLA
PM arrested. And that day, if you taking point in Onuzo, lost it and Uzo, how soon am I is on Onuzo? You got him now. Okay, what is happening? So somebody bazie, na those some people many those people here saying they are criminals. They are only feeling in so. You are working on that PM and give us India no way me musa kwa backward. They are got social media to social media. Give you may abandon. So and they are then guys recruit one day. Nigeria and they have feelings. Hello, Mazi. Yes. So give you and feelings in India and the number here and on Yajikwa and all how and the other they will be the so but I mean to read this your social media because when you are Ukuma Garawa non sonkwa. I don't know. I've been trying in many ways to reach this guy. Non sonkwa. I don't know. Even this program we're going to non sonkwa. Hear me out. I met you in Akwakma several times. You know, where I'm alone. I know you very well one on one. Non sonkwa. And the initial time I'm on how you fought PM. Non sonkwa. Sir.
This broadcast is not for non sonkwa.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I mean,
we are running out of time.
Okay, sorry. Okay, him to repeat. Let me rush it out. No, so him to just yes, him to quote when he was a Kilamberi. Him to quote when he was a Kilamberi. I want him to go. Hello, Mazi.
You have more 30 seconds to round up.
Okay, Mazi. Let me round up. Okay, him to quote when he was a Kilamberi. Kilamberi, I know how long Nosonko lamented, but I don't know why Nosonko did you your journey when he was a Kilamberi. Now, and this Kilamberi, somebody on the recruited as a Biafra commander. So why is Sonkwa AFM to draw in now? Honestly, getting him ready to recruit on Sonkwa, only wrote a reporter on Sonkwa. Can you Potala Kilambere? Can you GMA his struggle? So I remember him sorry, could get mask. Let me move with that chiga, but I was saying the scene can I name. Thank you very much.
Nonsonkwa, I don't think he has to comment on that. Nonsonkwa is not doing Biafra thing. He's not in Biafra struggle. He has no business with Biafra. And Ngozi Orabueze, who recruited Kerafaya, Kilamberi, is not fighting for Biafra. If Ngozi Orabueze is fighting for Biafra, Nonsonkwa will talk about Kilamberi and expose the recruitment of Kilamberi to Ngozi Orabueze's armed men. We have to stop calling them army. They are not army. If Ngozi Orabueze is fighting for Biafra, Nonsonkwa will expose and talk about the recruitment of Kilamberi to Ngozi Orabueze's armed men. So Nonsonkwa is aware 100% that Ngozi Orabueze is not fighting for Biafra. So there's no need of Nonsonkwa disturbing himself to expose somebody that he himself knows that they are all working together hand in hand under Nigeria government. So there is no any way anybody expecting Nonsonkwa to come and make exposition for Ngozi Orabueze recruiting Kilamberi. You are wasting time. Nonsonkwa can never do that because Nonsonkwa is not a fool. He knows very well that he knows Ngozi Orabueze more than you. He knows that Ngozi Orabueze has no business with Biafra agitation or liberation. So recruiting Kilamberi is not a big deal to Nonsonkwa because he has no business with Biafra. You understand? So everybody must understand that. And somebody said in the comment section, Mazi Biafra Unite, please tell us, tell Biafrans about Ngozi criminal election in Anambra. There is nothing like an election. You cannot have election when you are not free. You cannot have election in a strange land. Igbo people are still living in a strange land in Nigeria. There is no way you sing the Lord's song in a strange land under captivity. Stop being fooled. Stop being deceived. Stop being deceived and disoriented. There is no election. There's not anybody telling you about election is the same thing they have been doing. Pennywise, pan finish. There is nothing like election. You cannot sing the Lord's song, victory song, in a strange land under captivity. It is not possible. There is not anything about election that has Biafra in it is completely false, fake, criminality, and deceit. The only time Biafra will have election in Biafra land under Biafra government is when Biafra is a nation, fully recognized, and we have our own table in the United Nations. That is when we can conduct election in Biafra land. Anything other than that is false. The only thing we can conduct is what we call self-referendum. Only that. If Nigeria is not comfortable with our self-referendum, then they can collaborate with us and United Nations to have a fresh referendum, the one that they can recognize, if they do not want to recognize our own. These are the only type of election that you can have successfully in Biafra land at this point in time. Anything else, anything other than that is fallacy. It's one of those programs that they usually bring time to time to continue to deceive you and make you feel that, oh, yes, they are working, but they are doing nothing. Thank you. Because everybody, next person, you have 2 minutes to round up. I don't want this broadcast to hit 2 minutes, 3 hours before we conclude. Chukwu Okike, please, 1 minute, 2 minutes, round up, please, 2 minutes.
Okay, Mazi, good evening. Am I coming out?
Dalorin, go ahead, please.
Yeah. Good evening, Jenny Bia fans in the house. Good evening, Independent Time Zone. I would like us to rush this song for our PM. He loves this song so much. Please join me. Oneme iye na biye omume. Oneme iye na biye omume. Oneme iye na biye omume. Iye na biye omume. Iye na biye omume. Thank you, all Geneva fans. Thank you, lovers of freedom. Thank you, each and every one of us. Thank you, True Gozie and we thank our brother Mazi Biafran Unite for his platform and the avenue and giving us the opportunity to come together and listen to the gospel of truth and redemption. For we, the genuine Biafrans, we know the truth. Our leader Mazi Nnamdi said, when you hear a Biafran speak the truth and Biafran hears the truth, Biafra will follow you. You don't need to buy them. You don't need to do any more talk. Immediately we hear the truth from you, we will follow you. Sonny Akbarawa and Ogenkere, it is not today that we know you. During from the ongoing, I've been saying it from when the whole thing started after the last visit in Finland, that we remain neutral. The reason why we remain neutral, most of you were saying anybody that is neutral, that this person is that one is this. I'm just looking at most of you. You join one party or the other for you to cause distraction. That is why our PM said that no more saga. Everybody should stop saga. We know the consequences of joining one other party to castigate the other party, and this is Biafra struggle. What it will cause Biafrans. We know the consequences. That's why we stayed neutral. Most of you, we know you. Sonia Parawa, I know you. Ogenkere, I know you. I do come to your platform, and when I ask you question, you mute me. You don't allow me speak because you know you're not genuine. You cannot stand the genuine Biafra. Same with Ngozi Arabeza. Ngozi Arabeza, you block me, both in your old account and your new account. You block me. You cannot stand the truth. You cannot stand it. When a genuine Biafra asks you question on your platform, you cannot stand it. I do go to most of their platforms, the useless irat like Humble Lion Idiot. Most of them leave what they are supposed to be doing and they are actually using their time to cause distraction. When you are there, you know that this is pure distraction. For you that are genuine Bia fans, I won't say you shouldn't. When you know that this person is not on the path of truth, you know the person for who the person is. Financially, you don't support such person. If not for the situation of our PM, we will be ruling the Biafran struggle from the homeland because we have what it takes from people from the homeland than those of you abroad. But because of the situation at hand, because of our PM, we will keep everything the way it is and follow it the way it is. So I will thank each and every one of us and encourage us to remain strong and resolute. We should stand by the truth, no matter what it will cost. We should see the truth, we should speak it, because that truth will save us tomorrow. I will thank each and every one of us, and we'll remind ourselves that what is happening in the zoo today, considering what Trump said in the zoo. Yes, credit to us. What our leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu started fighting since 2012, it is in 2024 that Trump is coming out to say it. That same thing. And this also justifies our leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. If only the people of Nigeria, if only those that are still having Nigeria at heart will open their mouth, they will use this opportunity now to demand something great. Our leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu needs to go out from there. And those of us that are still on the media passing analysis, we should let Trump understand that we know that this is happening in our country, and to do it right, we'll follow the first step. He knows our leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. He knows he is in. If he comes to start speaking that he should release him, for this man has been speaking this thing for so long, and we are the people to enforce him to do it. So we should know the works ahead of us, and we should know how to do them so that our two leaders will be free in due time. Thank you, Mazi Biafra. Ndewo.
Dalorin Wachineke. All right. Adan Nengwan. You are going to be the last person to speak. Go ahead, please. You are going to be the last person to speak. Go ahead.
Igukunna. Kesi kpatara o ji dị Igbo. Kesi kpatara. Hello, Ikukunna, unu ma ọ na-apụta?
Onu gị na-apụta na-aga n'iru.
Unu ma ọ na-apụta?
Ọ na-apụta ọfụma na-aga n'iru.
Ekene m ụmụ Ajani. Ekene m unu niile. Na-asị nke onye chiri ya zelu. Ikukunna, obi atọka m, obi nsọ ụtọ, because this program I wote God na my table. Mmụọ ma enyebe m menya. Ọdụka o nwere ife nneche adịda na ka nna ọmara ife kpatara mmụọ m ji si m pipe godolo na that na this program ejibe me. Oh, because of this your intervention, because Ekalamba deep. O nwere ife nchọrọ ime ka ndị be anyị understand. Ọnwụ na ndị be anyị na-afụ ihe a Sani Akpalawa mere. This surprise na ife Sani Akpalawa na oge nkele mere. Una amadachi na amara m ka m esi wee tinye because at initial time ka m na-agwa ndị be anyị na oge nkele ngozi wee oge nkele. Mmadụ na-aba with the same. O nwere ife dị iche. Ngozi Ọlabeze na oge nkele. Nwere ife dị iche. Ngozi Ọlabeze ma game oge nkele n'azụ. Oge nkele ma game Ngozi Ọlabeze n'azụ. Ha ncha niile with the same thing. And onye emefa n'anya ha ya nọ one day. Oge nkele na Ngozi Ọlabeze. I join them together. I don't worry. I never. Then Sani Akpalawa ikpo Obata Obie ikwu this nonsense n'aka ọbata obie. Ma onwe mgbe mere ebe a na-agwa Biafrans na Akpabio, governor of kedu afọ de Soni Akpalawa, were ego ọkwụrụ Soni Akpalawa iji wee bring ọbata obie down. Ekwuru m ekwu onye several times na ọ na-afa ya echeta mgbe m na-eti mkpu ha. Then Messi agafelu. Apụ m na nke a because enwe m a lot to say because ife nwere ike ikwu gbasara oge nkele na Soni Akpalawa na ife famelu. O tene ntiri mkpu ebego m ya aza akwa bee ka akwa gụọ ya ka egwu. So when ife mere kịta dị m surprise because ama nnọọ ife ya emenu. Then abịa inside ịma mmadụ abụ ebe ahụ ka m nwere okwu because o nwere ife ndị be anyị eme understand. Ihe ndị be anyị eme understand that na nwụlọ mgbe ha na-enwe nwere ike dị eche that na Soni because o nwere ife mmadụ gwara gị sị gị na ọrụ ka na work with nwa mmadụ abụ maka na esi na ya na ọbata obie na-ekwu. Everybody mana nwa mmadụ abụ na ọbata obie na-ekwu. Everybody know na nwa mmadụ abụ na ọbata obie na-ekwu. Yes, ọnwụnwụ secret ka ọwụ onye ọ na-ama na ya na-abụ na-ekwu mana oge na mmadụ na-ekwu isi nọ ife onye ahụ mepụtala gị because na gị na mmadụ nwere ike ị na-ekwu ọ na-amakwa gị mma n'azụ ma gaa ama na ọbata obie nọ inside. O nwere okwu ikwuru ebe atọrọ m ezigbo ụtọ na onye ma mmadụ abụ mazi ife ọ na-agwa ọbata obie because watch the first to ọtọ ọbata obie ewetu ọbata obie 6 years ọ nnukwute ife ifele ka ọnwụ. For my own side o mee oge si dat na fa alụghị ọlụ ha ọfụma because ọnwụ na ha lụrụ ọlụ ha ọfụma enyela atọ ọbata obie 6 years. Achọrọ m ikwu okwu too much because mbido ikwu okwu n'ife gbasara ya ife iwe yewe because I know a lot. I know I can just say I can never forgive. Onwe mechicha m n'ụwa I forgive o mema mmadụ abụ forgive oge nkele and ngozi ala bụ eze. Donate na-eche ụka ọbata obie pụta mgbe ọbata obie pụtaziel because ọbata obie ha nọ inside that place kịta chọọ so na onye awụ onye nke ọzọ. Ọpụ na ọ na-akpa nkata uchi onye ọ chọrọ ịkpa nkata mana ọ ma onye nwe onye ọ ma onye nwe ezigbo mmadụ mana onye nwe ajọ mmadụ mana onye ọ na-amaneji mana onye ọ naghị amaneji. Ọkwa ịghọtago sọnsọ ife nchọgodo ka ndị be anyị tinye n'isi sọnsọ ya nwa ka nchọrọ ka ndị be anyị tinye n'isi now na ife Donald Trump ife na-eme na Donald Trump na-akọ. This is the opportunity anyị kwesịrị iji protest na Finland. Ọnwụ na ịma mmadụ abụ mana afọ ọbata obie n'anya. Ọnwụ na ịma mmadụ abụ na condition ọbata obie na-adịghị mma ya ka ọrụ for protest. Ka anyị jegwazie Finland ha ọfụgo ihe ha ji prosecute ọbata obie na-asị ka ọnwụ ha na-efe na-eme na Nigeria na ha na-efe Canada kwuru ha na-efe Donald Trump kwuru not because of this thing ka ọbata obie ji fight to liberate his people. Mana na anaghị emegharị ahụ kedu ụdị love ọnwụ ọ bụrụ ibe na social media make noise so na ọbata obie is talking to us ọbata obie is speaking to us ka ọ na-speak with you kedu ife ime to save him ka ọ na-speak with you kedu ife ime by liberate him ọ gbara ya osialị for mụnwa ọ propaganda mere n'ihu kwa mpete na azụ anyị ka nna akpụ ya denu na-abịazie m na nke o nwere okwu ikwuru mmadụ kwuru hie si that na ha na-eme ihe a ya nkwado na ha na-eme ihe a iji wee na-ele ọbata obie down. Yes o mụ gwa na onwe m chere do you know why mmeji njichie ikuku nna nke oge nkele na ngozi ala bụ eze dị obvious everybody know. Ịma mmadụ abụ na ndị otu na-emekwa the same thing same dị nke dị list faji emie. Last time ịma mmadụ abụ kpọrọ meeting on Thursday that ọbata obie will speak with us. Guess what? All of us enter inside the Zoom because I chọrọ ịnụ ka ọbata obie kwuo okwu. Somebody Chika, this man called Chika. Si na enwere generals here. Na enwere generals here. Onke ọzọ binye si na ya na-alụ na me introduce na ya na-alụ Ogbunigwe. Kedu ife o mean by that? Kedu ife o mean by ịkpọrọ ndị mamaro bịa that place I call that rubbish. And the man onye nọ inside that Zoom. Ọbata obie si that n'ife ọnwụ na ya na-eme ife ọnwụ ya na-eme agbasa ha agwadida Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. Ife ọnwụ ya na-eme suwofu ya agwadida Maazị Nnamdi Kanu na ya. Ono agbata obi nọ kịta ife ọnwụ na-eme ekwesịghị ị na-join ya with ọgbata obi. All the very bad. All the very bad. So we want to feel like that. To it in America, you not make a mama de abu malo. Who that na all money for ye, man, because all no but obie we know puta all puta because of umbo. How wundi obatobi to kwasalobi balo. By giving me a good lawyer. By fight for him. Organize protest. One of the most important protest. Mass protest. The whole people in Europe, in America, everybody, everywhere, each year them has the capable to come Finland. They come Finland, they ain't charge and the way they boast. It doesn't mean anything. And that's why me this opportunity. Gwa Chika, Nana, Agwabugongoku, Nagokwagi also. This your madness is enough. Because I don't know the game in Azu. And that your game will stop. I'm not on game in Azu because the only thing is interested in money. Money. I don't know see the reason why you make Zoom. But on money better. Equal this some group of people, mama on the phone. Better will introduce your own group of army. Because when you're on a weapon with a private army. Your own group of private army, AG just come the mother. Open with those people now. If I know what name will woto. Ebeka woto wade. Woto ni more than woto no polonzo. You will have better idea for a meeting. I better rubbish. Can you feature? Can you feature? So only I put some nonsense. Or was even fan social media because I want fan when uche always on certain things always you up to several times. Wopu na fan na social media. Wopu na fan ni fani nunu neme. When Obatobie comes, Obatobia will want to click. Obatobia won't marry choose re. Or not marry a weir. Oh, ye Janya Jinti Amala. But I know that to the Nachi make a mamma dabo. Ogen killing and goes all a best and that I will never forgive them. Because so won't not forget Obatobiente. Cancel this declaration. Obatobie told them to cancel this declaration. Oduka how we fay me, Oduka we fay men. Imam Madab no gay killing. Nangos all a best, they made it in solo gate. Well, Pota shows me that in Imam Madabu signed to destroy this struggle. Because only Imam Madabu Mwobatobie cancel the declaration. Imam Madabu will be in a cabinet. Since we fell Batobieku, no se cancel the declaration. I didn't show you that declaration you miss because I'm at the whole cabinet. Yeah, stand. Came in for Batobieku. But then go ahead and then go ahead to do the declaration. Okay, since you declare that's you declare. Kereba no now. Kere our condition. Complain everywhere. So Makoyena now, are you following? Are you with Imam Madab? We are not with anybody. And we can never be with them until Lord Batobia Pata. And he can never make us when he came I have in a kwezo kwa ineku. We start the I kunezioku. Everybody when I Imam Madab no get kere neku. I Imam Madab na Obatobia neku. No, right from the beginning. Unu need a flying in Finland. Mana gonna mad in the equipment that's not good on yancho organigu. Nagana mad in the qua unyana bambo. Nagana mad in the qua women who no ya sabotage. So you're not yanka nasuntia. And don't you legislate of one. Because so that the mama that sabotage Obatobie or can he go Obatobiente by cancel this declaration. Because Obatobie, if you have men who they declare this declaration. Oji weba so cancel onya. Imam Madabus is not open yema because no gazi o try no get case we plan onya. or guess what on the way we plan or because of Nangozi this year wide more than them. High or the great USA, which is very bad. So my brother will be at the moment. When do we be the moment fat? Because the favor no now, full puneme now, follow na name now. I'm imagine this podium, social media. When I go mama dabu, if you know that you're genuine, come protest for Batobie. This is the time. I need a question Finland. You protest, you come protest. Let us march to Finland. And the Finland that had innocent song. Innocent man ain't what you for me. Somebody back and found cause up to this is the opportunity. Let us tell Finland that Obatobie when a mother. Let us tell Finland that Obatobie is very, very important. Now our savior, second savior, Obatobie whereby no. I want you to make photo. I could be a guy on a cooler and on a cooler. I had to have to know a cooler. I had to have to know a coolie. I'm on a cooling man. And don't know the first people on a coolie. Those also on the call and those on a coolie. Down up at our way with social media. So, because we buy action. Action, Kaichano. What's if I know Kuma can damn it? Because now we're Biafran liberation now. Also, such a Makafasi no. So such a Makafasi cope. Oh, my sin enough and they hang it because they done at home. I chica can chica with a lady with a criminal lock with it. It's a more blanket. Adam shock. Campbell and about come back for this nonsense meeting. I check about to be a cook. And then say commanders are here. Commanders are here. Commanders now fighting. Now no good Movia. Biafran liberation now turn to Movia now fighting. They liberated themselves. When a tiny boy goes in a Zoom meeting. When a tiny boy on a Zoom meeting now boy goosey. When a tiny boy on a Zoom meeting now boy goosey. Now rubbish. Or who not about to be a choice Kulifa, or who not a general Zoom meeting. Is it not a shame? Or who not general meeting everybody but Raymond on email? How would you when they down? Only you will make us a castle that's on a prison, not command. Can you have no by doing that? I wouldn't call my mama Dabo Sabo. I wouldn't call you. If I was Van Sabo, I will sabotage call. Only sabotage Caladiano. You could not, you wouldn't know be my black goes on calling Indiana one. I don't know because you need to make it on a woman. Yeah, was female avoid. No natural came may avoid from the beginning. Manabe came may avoid. How no one can now cause more pain, and which is very bad.
Can you go to go? Can you go? And I need
down. Only they give fanti. Manabas yours are go mile. And even not he make and the buy in a manner that no junior and if you are listening to these criminals, all of them are the same. And one mother boy can kill it. All of them are the same. They are agents of darkness. How do you new competenazo? I know them. Oh, Finland. I just caught the last court of Batobie. There is a man come to hotel. Imam Madab na dichomo koma. And that one Imam Madab oh now see biako. I'm up to say the video. Adam shock. Daddy don't dodge all of them. And I will never forgive them. There were no margin.
Dalorin in an ifem
we're not paying ya to one egg in the chica go when as a family. Our Biafran liberation I go and I go. A propaganda natch no was natch.
We continue
okay, can I walk that door with that? Oh, the gas not Biafran liberation army. So no can kill a winning in your hand. I don't understand all these criminals. Confusion everywhere.
Onana ni fem ne ku na comment.
Umaja na ekene mo na asum ikuku na obi atoka me no nugi. obi atọka m ịnụ ọnụ gị na Chimugoziele gị na ife i mere today. Ọ dị very important. And ikwukwe na otu nene ha anya n'azụ. Nna m Chimugozie, thank you very much for inye m this time.
Dalo. In anu olumada, ada onumo na apụta your side, and I know my voice.
Yes, ọ na-apụta nna. Ọ na-apụta.
Okay. Achọ m ịjụ gị ajụjụ do.
Yes. Ọ na-apụta nna.
This particular Zoom ikwu maka ya esi na fasi ọbata obi ya agwa Biafra nso okwu fa akpọbatazie commanders. This Zoom anwa or public ka emeli ya ebe esi somebody si na na-arụ ogbunigwe or public Zoom or private Zoom or public Zoom or private Zoom.
Public Zoom.
Public. Wow. Wow. Okay. Unbelievable. Thank you for coming. Thank you for your contribution. I don't have much to say for now. Mana one thing cholegwa Imam Madabu and the CRC bona onwe okwu Adadola Mmaku now si na ọ bụ na adị genuine akpọ for protest. Last time that I was on live broadcast, Ekum say everybody should be ready. Ọ bụ na enwe final, go ahead order. Now we'll call for protest. And that very word, I just saw puta. It didn't just come. Only reason I didn't just talk. So actually, well, is that responsibility now when the CRC na kema madabofa. Well, that responsibility, nyo genkere naka. Well, that responsibility, nyangozora beze naka because on da bundisi na abundisi government. So, and you're going to have that responsibility. But unfortunately, these people, I want to put it on them. I want to make a public declaration and put it on them that truly, they do not want my Simon Ekpa to come out. Genuinely, none of these people na-claim na fabụ nke a bụrụ nke ọzọ. Onwere any of them nọ n'ime fa chọrọ ka Maazị Simon Ekpa pụta. Because fa confirm go n'obi fa na that ikpe ahụ ekpelu Maazị Simon Ekpa njọkụ not the final judgment. No ya asabụ nga. They have concluded. They have celebrated it. They have concluded it. So I don't think fire are bold enough to call for protest for a man that they have condemned to prison, a man that they have concluded and believed that his own is over. Man, I'm putting it on them to call for protest. To call for protest. They should be bold enough. They should be bold enough to justify whatever they claim on social media and call for protest. They shouldn't think and believe that Simon Ekpa is over. Football for protest. Football for protest. I have a protest. Hello, Mazi Simon Ekpa na Finland. Kabia Francis from all walks of life. Bia na Finland. Bia protest ya for Mazi Simon Ekpa's release. Especially Eboku ya aga go to appeal. Or kitana ke need that protest than ever. So fight more for protest. I'm putting it on them. Let them call for protest. Obviously, when a fat warrior, I chair from a fat warrior, then we will call for protest, especially Mobuna go ahead order is given from top. Once go ahead order is given, we will advocate for protest. Ndị afụkwalụ Simon Ekpa n'anya ya pụtakwa protest ya for sure. We will call for protest. If they do not call for protest, we will call for protest. I'm saying it now. Ekwugom nya last broadcast melo. Ekum nobu na inwete last go ahead order. We are going to advocate and call for protest. So now I'm putting it on them. I'm putting it on them. Let them call for protest. Mana obuzikwa na fa kporo. Obu na asi ai ga n'iru. Obu na I confirm all the plan. Si ai ga n'iru. We'll call for protest. For sure, 100%, we'll call for protest. And I'm very, very sure if we call for protest, people will come out to protest. Those ndị from Maazị Simon Ekpa n'anya ya apụta to protest for his release. Onye nchọrọ ikwu for now. Udo dịrị gị nne ya ma alụ gị mma. Onwe any other thing nchọrọ ikwu for now. Daalụ. All right, thank you, Biafrans, for joining. Thank you for listening. Biko, continue to pray for Maazị Nnamdi Kanu's health. Continue to pray for him, for his health. Because any other, those in the studio at the backstage, I'm sorry, I'm not going to bring you anymore because of time. Next time, once I put link, just join immediately without wasting any time, please. So that you may be one of the first people that I'm going to call to speak. Biko, continue to pray for our leader, Maazị Nnamdi Kanu, for his health. And continue to pray for victory for Maazị Simon Ekpa Njoko and Biafrans at large. Continue to pray that Chukwu Okike Abịama bi n'eluigwe na mmụọ anyị Igbo will protect and guide the men of the Biafra Liberation Army. And I pray that whatever you lay hand upon, you shall prosper. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. From me, from here, my wonderful people of Biafra, it is good evening. See you again.
Ụwa Jan, ọ na-agakwa, ọ na-aga. O nwere onye nwere okwu? Ọ na o nwere onye nwere okwu, ya kpọọ kwuo okwu. O nwere onye nwere okwu, ụmụnne m? Because onwe onye nwere ife o ya ekwu na program ikuku na this evening. Ọ na o nwere ife ị nwere ikwu. Ọ dị mma kpọọ ka ikwuo nke gị. Ka ụmụ aja ndị nọ n'obi tinye kene ya okwu ọnụ. Because ịma ndị a niile wu ndị oshi, all of them. Enwere onye n'ime fan trust. And enwere m ike trust any one of them. Onye ọsọkwa na ndị a mere eme, ndị a mere eme. Ọwụlọ that na because hello. Nna mgbede ọma.
Yeah, good evening, Biafrans all over the world, depending your time zone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. At the Hemsime na ihe program ikuku na awatchere m ya. He nọ nga ahụ ha ga-akpọ ikuku na-asọ chege ha ha tige protest. Ha get protest because ikuku now should go ahead. After said the date this month. Yeah, one more opportunity to put a program here. So those people, Ngozo Rabueze, Imadabo, Maogen Kere, Hachoga, they are not wishing well for Batobe. They are saboteurs. They will never face a protest. Never. They will never. Right today's date. So Ikuku now should go ahead. They have fees here this month. What I mean, because he need delay the protest or the this month or to appeal Abega and Trump with the him again Trump with the Nigerian terrorists Trump. So now it get the protest and again we're 2 weeks. What I mean, he can change things on the case. Because him Biki Kuku now go ahead. If he said the date this month, or they will end the near people time, maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks interval before people be. What I mean, because if he said this month, go Hareka this month, yet in the saboteurs, they will never feed protest again. If he saw him Sumekwada, because Jishika.
Emma, if meji si ka anyị chelu because ọwụ na ya eche ebe ya asị na fa ka eme nọ ikuku na awa onye gbalaje tinye ọkwafa si n'ọfa nọ n'iru n'ọfa na ọbata obie na-ekwu n'ọfa na ọbata obie nọ let them call the protest.
But you see, 6 months now, if we get hard to protest, hard, you know. So we can't be waiting for them. And this, let me tell you that thing, the protest now, like a letter this month.
Because oh, put on social media, now I'm all the biala. If you are all the biala, do like I'm all the biala. I'm all the biala. No, you could talk. Action. So
they don't want that. Hachok over to be a pota. He may go to be ocean day, these people naka. So you can't expect them to call protest. You the effect of the protest. You protest will change the case. Or we have it will not be on their favor. So they will never call a protest at that job. I'm saying it now categorically on your program. I'm the first person on your program who say beware of this guy, Vam. The program, the bear, Onya always Bob Matter. Onya is a GOS member. And I'm telling you today that is 3rd November, they will never call for protest. Ngozora Beze, Madabo, na ke atim ke government atim primary, they will never call for protest. They are not there for Biafra. Only a bunch of saboteurs. They will never call for protest at that Zoramba because to go ahead. Yafi said the date this month. We are ready because these people no need to wait for them. It's just following your program every time in a queer for them to call protest. For past 6 months now, have they called for protest? No. The only protest is till Hako Ashaya, Akwana Negebera with some Biafra to 2 or 3. What I mean, these people they are a bunch of saboteurs. Because what I mean, they will never call for protest. No need to wait for them. I check it has in January and November. This is here now November. This is 10 or 11 months. Not done nothing. This bunch of saboteurs. Because you can reach Ikukun now, Mamo or on your program. Because Ikukun now go ahead, all the protests. I got that this month because no need to wait for them. Because I am to make a manner. You take it from now to next year, 1 year, they will never call for protest. So delay is dangerous. Because if the protest can happen this month, okay, change the case. Otuba Piliana and here na Nigeria na Trump polaga. So the protest all this bomba.
Come on,
Nigeria now and they bring the terrorists.
Come on, there's bottom, okay, I can need the protest more than any other.
This month too, Yakari Hala this month too, it will not have an effect. Any hand on November, today is 3rd. They can put it ending. And for time to come.
And I shake in Finland, and I zone. Also, one of but we are like Imetafafa.
Yes, And hey, Trump now with Nigeria logo now, designate Nigeria terrorists. Maybe protest with the appeal now. Okay, very effect. Okay, change things in the case. Then it this month, whatever they will do now, target at this month. They'll go the end in half year so that people will have time. Down then on what they mean, yes. Handler permission because you could now go ahead visit this month. These people, you can't have from now to next month. I'm saying it now, let it be on history. Today is 3rd of November 2025. If you wait for Ngozi Orabueze, Madabo, na Ogenkere to call for protest, they will never call for protest. Let it be on record. They will never, because they don't wish well for Obatobi. They are saboteurs. Because they will never call for protest. Let it be on record. Go ahead, Ikukuna, fix to the protest. Biafrans listening to you. Because fix it this month. We need it this month. Because I have to make one program. Okay, because
thank you very much.
Yeah, because this month, all this bumper this month. Thank you.
Onye nwere okwu.
Oju Ghana waraza.
Anna bai.
Dan na mgbede ọma.
Mgbede ọma ezi nwanne m.
Nna Chukwu na ndị gọziere m ọnụ. Ụmụ aja na asị m Chukwu gọziere m onye ọbụla tata bụ afọ bụ aja na gọzie onye ọbụla ụmụnne m. Nna ụmụ aja na o nwere ihe m chọrọ ịyọ ọnụ biko. Ụnụ wọcha ihe na-eme na amarọ na ọkịka ka mma asị na ndị a na-akọ. Ihe nwatakịrị mmadụ mere. And marakwa na onye a o nwere onye mụtara n'ọnụ ikuku na amara bisinsi na-efuru ọbata obi ya. Amadụ na onye a bụ nwa eze. Nnamdị bụ nwa eze. Sam ọbata obi bụ nwa eze. Nwa eze na-agbakọ otu na mba. Marakwa na ihe ọ dị na ya o. Marakwa na ihe a ga-adịzọt. So okwu na-agwakwa ụnụ na-abụ bikonu ụmụ aja na hapụnụ even ma ndị na Amerịka hapụnụ ndị a niile filu na ha na-achị anyị. Tikwe ka anyị jekpọpụtakwa na nwa eze bịara maka anyị nwa akpụrụ ya kpọchie. Nnamdị nọ na Abuja. Simon Ekpa nọ na Finland. Nwa eze ada enwechara nwa eze nọ n'aja na Igbo a. Tikwe na ihe a uche unu biko na ụmụnne m ụmụ aja na ọ bụrụ protest a ka anyị mee onye ọbụla bụ nwa aja na mụ ebe ọ nọ n'ụwa chọrọ na aja na Igbo a ga-eche eti protest a ya jee ije a ka ama na ya na-enwere onwe anyị maka na ndị agbakọta ndị a ahụtara m ama m somebody ha na-agwa gị bụ unu ka esi eweta ihe niile dị bụ unu obi aṅụrị dụkọta nna m maka anyị nataba anyị nwere aṅụrị ka anyị hụ ihe a niile dị gị aba anyị unu a na-esikwa ọnwụ ya ịchọpụ mmekọta ama m nnekọta ụwara asị m na o nwere okwu awarịda kwuru ndị agbakọ m ihe ọdụ ka osu na onye ọbụla na-eme ka onye amarị ya ihe niile eji enyere ndị aka bụ ihe niile ahụ alụrụ bụ ebe ahụ ịchọrọ ịrụkwa ebe ahụ ya na ọba anyị ka ihe niile achị nna ụmụnne m nekene nọ n'anya ọkwa nwa eze ka unu na-eme ihe a ọkwa nwa eze onye ọbụla tikwu uchu n'ihe a ma brọda kwuru okwu akịta ha laikiri m okwu a kwuru nne m ọ bụrụ na gụ na ikwu na aha ga-eme ma na ụmụ unu ga-eti geeti anyị nwanụ n'aja na agaghị eje mana ihe ama na unu na-eje eje anyị nọ n'ikuku na-eme ụlọ anyị na-eti ụlọ na-akụdoro ụlọ n'aja na be anyị unu eji ebe ahụ zụọ ọkpa n'ọnwa anyị ka eji ndị ọkwa nwa eze na-awakwa n'afọ nwa eze dịkọ ka nwa ada na-ekwu okwu ahụ ụfọdụ a na-agbakọ mgbe fama na-ada ka ịbụ na ihe ada aka m adịkwa n'ihe ada anakwa apa ya apa ezigbo na bụ ọkwa ada na-ekwufuru aja ana ụmụnne m akwachakwa m ụlọ biko na ala ke mgbe program iku na mere ọ bụrụ ma ndị ọkụ na-afụ mgbe a na-agbazi ọbata obi ya onye jikọrọ anyị ọnụ afta na elelo Nnamdị Kalụ awarida o jidekọ anyị ọnụ n'ezie mgbe a na-agba ya esi m na ndị chọrọ ka anyị nwere onwe anyị ụmụnne m ekerekwa m ụnụ Chukwu gọziere m ụnụ ọjọ ugonne m jisi ike ụnụ iku na jisi n'ike nne ụnụ ahakwana ọkụ a gụrụ na ọkụ ụnụ ka ọ dị n'aka nne m biko ọmarakwa ihe ụnụ ga-eme mmebe ụnụ wọcha ndị a niile ekwe n'ego ka ha gara ada ekwuji okwu liberation na-eketa ka a na-ekwu arụ adụ ha awarida kama na anyị na-arịọ Chukwu okike abịa ma ọ marakwa etu onye si agwọ vioya ya Chukwu etu a jidekwa ume ya aka anyị achọkwaghị ịchọ ya achọ Chukwu na aja ana biko meela anyị nke a na anyị ga na-akpa afa gị oge niile n'aha chi nke ukwu okike abịa ma anyị na-ekpere ise nne m jisi ike na Chukwu na ndị a na-agọziela ka ụmụnne m kwuo Chukwu nne m jisi ike ya mere gị ọnụ imeri bụ nke gị a ga-efe gị ka agwara na aga etu esi agụcha pleti ka a ga-agụgụ n'obodo a because imeri ada adị eme agụba etu esi agụ ya ka a ga-esi na-agụgụ ada ndị mbụ yọbara ya aya Simon yọbara ya nna adịka yọbara ya ọyịba a ga-agụ n'elu ụwa because n'ọnụ mere ka aja anaghị ghara ifu enwere ụfọdụ eleka aja ama nne m ka chifuonu Chukwu na ndị a na-akụziere nke
thank you. Wow, ụmụnne m eji m ohere a wee na-ekene ụmụ ajaana niile ndị wepụtara obi azala oku mkpọrọ maka nwanne anyị nwoke onye buchi mfat ụnụ nwanwe aka ụmụnne m ndono dịka ndị azabeghị oku a biko ndị azabeghị biko zana oku a dị very very important. Onye buchi nwanne anyị nwoke na idiri enyemaka ụmụnne ya unu ọsọkwa anya ka ọha na-ewetaghị onwe ya onwe onye iwetara ya si na ọ dị opere mpe no onwekweghị onye pere mpe onweghị onye pere mpe so ụmụnne m biko anyị na-arịọ enyemaka n'isi nwanne anyị nwoke onye buchi asị gbolobi onye nwere oyi eweta ya weta na-ekelekwa ndị wetara na-eweta asị Chineke gọzie ụnụ ọsọ ya ka ndị be anyị na-asị na ọnụlụ ube nwanne agba n'ọsọ ụnụ plovulumie na ọnụlụ ube nwanne ụnụ ube nwanne ụnụ agbaghị ọsọ na ndị be anyị sị na mmadụ ka eji aka ndị ọnụ ụmụnne m ndị be anyị sị kwa mmadụ na ndụ ego ahụ ya eweta mgbe ahụ ya akwa ya na ọnwụ were nye ya na ndụ ọkwana ya onye nwawo nke kacha mkpa so ụmụnne m biko unu ọsọkwa anya biko so ụmụnne m unu afụgo ka o si wee dị so wee na-asị chimgozere m ọnụ ebe unu si wepụta ndị wepụtara ewepụta Chineke ndochiere m ya unu mmaji kwuru mmaji ebe unu nọ n'ube nwanne unu nwoke unu agba ọsọ asị m mgbe ọ bịakwutekwa unu Chineke nọrọkwa ube unu Chineke agbakwa n'ọsọ ewepụtala unu onye ya emere unu mkpa ọwụna otu ọwụna o si na-ewere dị asị na Chineke anyị ekwe ka mmiri lie unu Chineke anyị ekwekwenụ ka mkpọmkpọ kpọọ unu onu na-ekweghị ka mkpọmkpọ na mmiri rie onye buchi otu ahụ ka ọ ya adịkwa ebe unu nọ ụmụnne m Chineke m gọziere m ọnụ mmaji kwuru mmaji aka Chukwu dị ya onye adị mma so anyị ya na-akpọnụ onye ọ na-akwadobe for protest ọbata obi enidiri protest anyị enidi ije jụwa agbata obi anyị emere protest ya were ife a na-ajụ adị ajụ ya ajụ because ị nwere ike jụọ ya si nidiri protest ọzọ na-apụ na nsogbu adịrọ ịnidi ịjụ ya na onidiri protest like mgbe ha tụrụ asị ha tụrụ n'ọbata obi esi na ọnwụ na elu mmadụ 1000 sa abịa na very ole asị tụjikọcha everywhere ka ihe esi gba mmadụ one ya bịa protest na ọkwa ịkpọ protest bịa ka mara mmadụ one bịara nọ nwana oyi elu 1000 ka onye elu 1000 anụ ana m mgbe mmadụ na-akpọ protest na ọnwụ na olu mmadụ 1000 say many the protest how can you know and register ya register ka mara ndị ya bịa na ndị ya ha bịa ịkpọ protest mbọsị ahụ ịpụ onye fụrụ ndị fụrụ ịmanụ ndị ahụ ndị bịara nọ ọka iwere fa asị eji achị ya ebe niile were na-edeceive everybody and a gwara ha sị that na amara m mgbe ihe anyị end the only thing nna ya Chineke wụ awadida maazị Nnamdị ka na ahụ sie ya ike ka ọ pụta ahụ si ọbata obi ike ka ọ pụta ọbata obi ahụ na ụmụazị mgbe mmadụ enweghị ike ichuzuru ya na enweghị ichuzu ọbata obi emu ife mere makwara ndị mere mana ihe onye ọwụna mere everybody every one of us ọma gem ọwụna mmadụ zụrụ na njem ya ọwụ ya na-ezoro ya ezoro ọma ọgwa na ịba mmadụ n'ime obi mara ife dị ya n'ime obi ike na-achịlị gị ọchịchị na gị na ya na-abụkwu mana ọma ife dị ya n'ime obi wenda ntaịla iche anyị amarazie ọsọ ife na-agwadobe fa fọdụ na-asị na kịta na work with CRC for what? Work with who? Betrayers. Ndudu ndupudu nchọ ndu mere mere n'iru kwa mpete n'azụ ndu mere mere n'iru kwa mpete n'azụ ụmụaja ka nje na ka anyị na-akpọ n'ụra because na achọrọ m ka ndị owe na-akpọ ka ọ dị n'echi niile one love ka anyị gụkọọ n'aka Chineke ya mee ya o ji were wuru Chukwu ka chifu na ụmụnne m bye no ọladoledo ogologo ndụ na-arụ isi ike ife nna ya Chineke n'ebe ụlọ niile nọ ndụ ya emezie ise ka chifu na ụmụnne m bye